What's good, my friends? This is Sam from the Flash Brothers podcast. I just wanted to give a quick shout out and a special thank you to all of you out there, every single listener that we have had our year one, and Joshie. This podcast would not be made possible without each and every one of you, and I am so grateful for the journey we have made thus far. I cannot wait to see where the future takes us. So thank you again, and enjoy this very special episode that I'm dedicated to Joshie. All right, let's do this. What is good, my friends? Welcome back to another special episode today. Special.
Feels
of the Flash Bros podcast, baby. Yeah, dude. No, it does feel really special.
Doesn't it feel special?
This is the last episode Joshie and I are going to be recording for the year.
For the year.
Yes, and we talked about this a little bit, I think, some weeks back when we were kind of laying out what was going to be happening over the holidays because we didn't want to stop the regular uploads on Fridays.
Right.
So Joshie and I just recorded episode 17 yesterday.
So we're back-to-back potting.
Back-to-back.
I don't think we've never done this before.
No, we haven't.
Where we've done 2 episods. I don't think so.
Well, wait.
I think we technically did.
That DLC part
we
one
did
of
the DLC.
It's still not done yet. Yeah, we're gonna get that finished. Yeah.
Don't tell him.
We'll dive into it.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah, little surprises to come.
Just a little surprise.
Yeah, man. No, this is cool because it's gonna be a special episode because unlike normal kind of formatting here, we usually follow like news, keep everyone updated. We got all of our segments. That's all out the window for this episode because we covered all of that yesterday, and there's not really much else we can talk about. But I can talk about next week's news.
Yeah, you're right. We could try.
But we'd only have stories from today and yesterday.
Yeah,
and we'd be missing a lot of info. So.
We could try. We could try and guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think that could be fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm down. Yeah. For sure. Yeah, let's do some plugs and let's do some guesses on what next week's news is. But
everyone invest in crypto right now.
In crypto,
it's about to go crazy.
I saw that.
I swear to God.
Bitcoin was climbing back up.
Is it going up?
I was kind of shocked. Yeah, it's kind of like back up where it was like right when the pandemic was like kind of hitting.
Dude, it's never gonna get to
no.
That was the craziest time. If anything, I wish I could have foreseen that. And
Me too.
like everything. And just like
from like way back in like 2010.
Yeah, and then just sold. I wish.
That's always how it goes, right? It's like when Dorian. I actually, what's crazy is that money has been very tight this year, and I ended up selling my Bitcoin investment. I waited though until I think I sold it almost exactly a month ago though, and I held on to it for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So
did it go up?
No, it was like 200 lower than what I originally. I invested like 1,000. Yeah, so it wasn't quite back up to. Damn. When I invested. I know.
It's better than Your Moon. Do you remember that one that Jack was trying to guess?
Is it Safe Moon?
Safe Moon, yeah.
Yes, bro.
Dog shit, dude.
I
lost all my money.
Yeah, I
lost all
I added that on my crypto app to track it to like see if you guys would ever break through. And every time I opened the app, I just saw so many zeros.
It just lost everything.
Everything?
Which, I invested $100. It's not that much.
Okay.
So I was not pressed. If it was like 1,000, I would be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is we have a friend of the show named Joey who's like he really understood crypto when it happened. He's a
finance guy.
Yeah, he's a finance guy.
I think he does a finance YouTube channel.
He does have a finance YouTube channel. I'm actually going to look it up so we can plug him.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case anyone has any like finance things. Shoot, do you remember his name? I think I'm subbed.
I don't think I follow him on YouTube. I don't know if I ever got his YouTube channel.
I'm definitely subbed to him, so I'll find that at some point in the channel. But
cool.
No, he told us about Safe Moon. Or he told Jack about Safe Moon. Safe Moon was like, dude, Safe Moon might take off. And Jack invested like $300.
$300?
Like some kind of...
Yeah, it's a pretty penny.
Yeah.
And then
and since he was telling us all about it, it was like me and Dorian had this vibe. We were like, if Jack gets rich, we're going to be so pissed. Like, and we didn't listen to him, so we invested like the smallest amount, $100. And that shit tanked so hard, it sucked, and then nothing worked.
Yeah, is it done?
It's gotta be because it was at like I invested $100. It was at like $20.
$20.
And I think I sold it like $20 because it kept going lower.
Yeah.
And when I was at like $50, I was like, let's see if it'll do anything. Went down to $20. I think I sold it.
Yeah, dude.
So I lost like everything.
I just remember when you guys came back from that, and because I was like working, I had like a double that day.
Yeah.
And you all come in the door like right when I got home. It was like, you, Jack, and Dory. Mm-hmm. Jack comes in immediately, kind of gives me a briefing of like, dude, we just invested into this.
Yeah.
We had to do all these backdoor kind of like wallet.
Yeah, it was a weird.
It was like kind of a weird process, right? It wasn't just a directly like, here's the money.
Yep.
And give me my stock. Yep. And Dorian follows him like right after, and he's like, I'm only doing it because if Jack wins, I'm gonna be pissed.
we had the same vibe. We were just like, I'm not doing this where we're just gonna be like, if Jack gets that and we like listened to him and didn't do anything, we would be so fucking pissed.
Oh yeah. Even if you just, it was $100, right?
$100.
Yeah.
And $100 if you put $100 into like Bitcoin when it first launched,
dude,
what would you be? Like a fucking millionaire?
Multi-million, I would think, right? Because it's about when it spiked at its highest, I think it was like close to or around like $80,000 per Bitcoin.
Which was it $1 per coin?
Way back when it launched.
Yeah, when it launched. Theoretically,
theoretically it was like what, $1 to $10.
So if you have $100 in there, that's $80,000 times 100, right? Am I doing that right? Like that? Would that be the case?
Well, if you had if it was valued at $1,
yes,
and you had 100
of it,
yes, and then it would be
80,000 times 100.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'd be 8 million?
8 million.
Wow.
It's fun to dream, isn't it?
Yeah, dude.
It's fun to dream.
My gosh. I was kind of on that train with after Elon Musk posted his like support for Dogecoin.
For Doge?
And that kind of had a little blow up. I invested like maybe 400 or 500 all together.
Really?
It wasn't at once.
Did you make
it was
any?
like I just like slowly I put in like 50 a week for a minute.
Did you make any?
No.
I heard Doge went kind of low. Right?
Yeah. No, wait. It wasn't Doge. I'm sorry. It was Shiba Inu coin.
Shiba coin?
Yeah, Shiba Inu coin.
I thought that was Dogecoin.
No, they're different. Yeah, they're like two. It was like I think Shiba came out after Doge to kind of compete with Doge. Okay, right? Gotcha. As like a meme coin.
Yeah. I also I'm not a crypto guy. I literally the one I tried was SafeMoon.
Yeah. Okay,
and then I tried a couple stocks. So I don't know much about crypto. I'm really not.
I went ham for a second. I actually I don't have a lot of like investments in like any kind of like what's it called, volatile, like I'm not really like about investing like all my money hoping for like a big break.
Some big break,
you know what I mean? Yeah,
it feels to me kind of more like a gamble.
Yeah,
because I know you can read the stocks a little bit better than just fucking gambling. But dude, look at us. We're like a podcast that talks about crypto. I never thought we'd be here.
Yeah.
I love it.
No, me too. That's special episode.
It's special ep. Anyway, so today's about crypto.
Yeah. No, let's dive into it, Joshie. Let me do a little plug real quick, and let's get into a little bit. We got some things to talk about today.
Can we still thank our sponsors?
Yes, absolutely. I wanted to start with that right now.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we have. We're gonna just do our small plug. We usually have like I said, a whole format for each episode, and I'm just gonna kind of like briefly summarize things here. But our Patreon subs still get a shout out because they deserve that.
By today, when this comes out, is it going to be like Christmas?
It will be
the 29th, right?
A week, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Or am I wrong? No. It'll be the 22nd.
22nd.
So it is almost Christmas.
Yes.
And there's a holiday vibe in the air, everybody.
Hell yeah.
This episode is special because it's the holidays.
Yes.
And almost like a vibe of like the last day of school. You don't really do like work. You kind of just like enjoy that last day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Some people don't even bring their backpacks. So you don't even have to lock in. Nobody has to bring their backpack to this episode. It's kind of it's a holiday vibe, right? Doesn't it kind of have that holiday vibe?
It does. Like I love it. It was like when we did like the Thanksgiving episode. That was a good holiday vibe too. Yeah,
absolutely.
I love it.
I'm loving it.
No, dude, yeah, and Christmas is one of my, if not my favorite holiday ever.
It's my favorite.
Yeah.
Because no holiday has the vibe like this one.
No, man.
Because like for me personally, I hear a lot of people complain about Christmas because it's like, oh, you want to spend a bunch of money, and then it's like, okay, you want to give to your fellow man. Why don't you do that all the time? It's like, yes, you should, and yes, giving is fantastic, and I would never argue with that point, except I'm going to, because there is a time of the year where you truly can't be on top of giving and just giving love to a random stranger all the time.
No,
as
man.
much as you would love to. Like, I try my best to, but at least if you have a time where everyone's of the same mindset. Human beings kind of need like kind of scheduling a little bit.
Definitely.
You know
we
what I
need
mean?
to be pulled back.
Yeah,
right?
a little
and
bit.
Kind of like kept in line a little bit.
Yeah,
And like
just
be
a
like,
little
hey,
bit.
remember gratitude.
Yeah. Remember gratitude.
Remember
and
love.
Here's the time to remember it. Thanksgiving has a similar vibe. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But it's I think it's an important time.
I
think it's
completely
important
agree.
for our species.
Me
I think
too.
It's important
No, I do for humanity.
For humanity.
Right? Yes, sir.
That's what Christmas is all about, right?
It is, man. And I'm with that. And like I think that a lot of the times we can make a mistake of objectively looking at like different avenues of giving, right? And like look at it as like, monetary value.
Yes.
And like, why aren't you, oh yeah, like why is this an excuse? Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But we give in so many ways all the time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have money all the time to give. So if I can't give money, I'll give time, right? Or I'll give like effort of some kind, right?
Yeah,
and just like spreading it out. But I don't know, like kind of having like a hype moment that everyone, it's already like on their mind, like you said, like it's an expectation or anticipation going into the December month, right?
Absolutely.
And everywhere around there, and everyone. I'm going home for Christmas and like time with the family. Yeah, it's all like these positive vibes, bro.
Totally.
And actually, like, don't know if I know too much about kind of your own family's kind of like holiday traditions.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's something I wanted to get into. But before we dive in, Joshie, let's do a little plug. This is the Flash Bros podcast. Joshie and I meet together every week and upload basically a lot of good content that we love to talk about.
Absolutely.
And we're all about building that community, man.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's the point, right?
That's the point, baby. Yeah. We want to make this the design of the podcast is to just be every episode is current, so you're never behind. So if you just want to jump into the latest episode. You can catch up on current news, what's going down, and we're just very personal. We have a lot of write-ins on the show, and we just keep everything fresh with what's happening right now.
And if you want to know, I think one of the most fun things about like even going back and listening to old episodes is where we've kind of come from.
Absolutely.
Even like in the moments we catch up as our first segment. Basically, I think it's right. It's the one right after. No. That's our first thing.
Let's catch up.
Let's catch up, and that's so funny because you kind of see what point in time we're at, and what games we're playing, and that only evolves. So literally lock into the first episode, lock into the latest episode. But if you ever want to, going back and listening to will be of value because you'll see kind of what's going on.
Absolutely.
And we're
kind of like documenting, like life, right? Yeah.
So if you guys want to, do what you got to do.
Do what you got to do, but get plugged in, guys. We have a dream to build a community around this kind of just casual conversation and family and love. And we want to be different, you know what I mean? And we want to set ourselves apart from everyone else out there, you know what I mean? Yeah, and just like there's no pressure for anything with us, and Joshie and I are going to do this regardless of any growth or audience at all. We're already growing week by week, and that's what we're going to look back at, and like look back and just back when we started recording, which was in August, I think. Yeah, so kind of like not even a full half of the year that we've been doing it. It's only been 4 months.
Yeah. And it already feels like we have like a little family, like with Johnny, Mikey, Lene, and even like
Austin,
and all
like
the people who are listening, weekly.
Yes.
Even like Azzy, who's listened to so many episodes, and all our everyone every single Patreon sponsor too.
Yes,
I just feel like it's such a cool little family already. So
me too.
Love everyone.
Very grateful.
Yeah. I'm grateful, not just because it's the holiday season.
Yeah.
That goes year round.
It's year round,
year
baby.
round.
It's every fucking
on.
week. You already know, baby. So we invite you to check out our Patreon page. That's where you'll find everything that we're about. And it's basically our website where we run the podcast out of.
Yeah.
That is going to be patreon.com/flashbrospodcast.
Yeah.
You can also sign up to be a Patreon sponsor if you want to give us support with some benefits.
Yes.
Otherwise, you can listen absolutely free. Totally okay with us. We'd rather have you on board.
Of course.
Part of the family.
Yeah.
No matter what. And if you want to submit questions, comments, concerns, any reader mail that we that we listen to, read off, talk about every week, you can also email us, okay?
Please.
That'll be flashbrospodcast@gmail.com. And your support means everything for us and the growth of our channel, and we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we appreciate it so much.
For real.
What if we used Yahoo and it was just like the weirdest thing? We're like, Flash
Could you imagine?
Podcast at yahoo.com.
AOL. That would be random,
That
bro.
would be fucking
It would
funny,
have to be
though.
like an email address. I'm like, oh yeah, I've used this one literally for the last like 20 years.
Yeah, I've used
you know
it
what
for
I mean?
20 years.
Because I used to have a Yahoo email address like way back in like middle school maybe.
I think my mom, everything she uses is still Yahoo.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything like so if I use like her Amazon Prime or anything, it'll
Yeah.
be like, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, for sure. Blah 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 at yahoo.com. Yeah.
And the password is I'm just playing.
That's so funny. My friends, our Patreon sponsors get a shout out every single week, so let's get that list
Let's
sharded.
get it shouted.
Sharded.
No! I don't
Let's get
wanna-
it sharded,
Let's
bro.
not shart the
Let's
list.
not shart like we already have in this house. That's a whole story and a half. Yes, sir. All the roomies. But we
Everybody
have
shit their pants.
we have a list. Let's get started.
Let's get
all right. So we'll
started.
start with Austin Bowman,
Yes,
as
sir.
always, my man.
Shout out to
We love
Austin.
you. Yeah, shout outs, man.
OG,
Happy
number
Christmas
1, right?
shout out.
He was the first
Yeah,
ones.
first Patreon sponsor.
Of all
Yeah,
time.
like I think like day one,
Yeah.
like went to work and he's like,
yeah.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Austin, we love you for that.
We love
Seriously.
you, bro, for real. And then Net Anderson,
Oh,
my beautiful
Net.
mother.
Wonderful
Going to
mother.
see her in
We love her.
about a week. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in probably 8 months.
Do you
I think
always
her and
stay
my-
at her house?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever I go.
You
that's
and
like,
Jack, or-
yeah, Jack and I both. Yeah, I think he's flying out. 'Cause Jack's my brother, you know, and he's flying out
I've
like
heard.
a week. Yeah, that's the rumor. He's flying out like a week after me, like a few days before Christmas. But he's heading back with Kendall and I. Yeah,
Got you.
so we'll all be coming back together.
Same flight?
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Cool,
My dad
cool.
hooked us up.
Oh,
Yeah,
what a boy.
Honestly, what a legend, man.
Shout out Craig.
For real, man. I never thought it'd be like wanting like, I don't know, travel is my Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Like growing up,
Absolutely.
I would have never thought
would have
that. You
predicted
know what
that.
I mean?
What for Craig, did we tell the story of what he did with Jack's car? Did we say that on the pod?
Oh, I don't know if we did.
We should say that later.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I'm down.
just
Yeah,
a little shout out to
yeah,
Jack.
shout out to
That's
my
some-
awesome
That's
father,
some
man.
crazy stuff.
Yeah.
man.
Oh, I'm down. Yeah, I don't know if we did, but we definitely should.
Definitely should.
So getting through the list next is Donald Duck.
Donald
Yes,
Duck.
sir.
Let's
yeah,
go.
first guy that I think neither of us knew.
Yeah,
that just
kind of
joined
a
on
mystery
board.
man still. 'Cause
Yeah.
he hasn't like
Interacted, I don't think, in any way.
or send us a message.
Yeah, there's something I have excited, or I'm excited about for kind of like where we're going for like season 2 and onward, which is Joshie and I are going to be starting season 2
Oh, yeah.
once the new year drops. Yes, sir. Do you think we should do seasons like half year, or do you think we should do like season is the year?
I think season should be. Well, that's a great question.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this is year 1, and it feels just right to end it like right at the end of the year.
We should do like Attack on Titan style, where we'll say season 2, part 1, part 2. No way.
I was on board.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't know. I think
Yeah,
a year
no.
in review would be fun.
Yeah?
I think that would be.
I think
more
so
fun.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
So-
it'd be easy to look back and see how many years we've done it too. If you look back at the season,
because this one will be short.
Yeah.
of course, but it's the beginning.
right?
So
It's literally year
season
1.
It's like Castlevania. Did you ever see how many episodes? There's like 3 episodes of season 1, and then it's like 10 in each.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was 3.
Yeah, it's like 3 episodes.
Oh,
That's why I
shit.
finished season 1.
Oh, well.
Because it's like 3 or 4, but it's the
Yeah,
vibe of that.
It's the vibe.
You know
okay.
what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's exactly like that. No, it's literally perfect. Well, next on here is Kendall Sutherland.
Ooh.
Yes, gorgeous girlfriend.
Shout
Shout
out
outs
to
to
your
her,
girlfriend.
always supporting us verbally as well.
Yes.
And we love her
Oh,
to death.
of course, and more verbally. She's doing so much around the house. I'm not
Oh,
kidding.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
kidding. I'm not trying to sound like a neglectful cat dad, but like every time I go to check on Mo, he's solid.
Yeah.
Like he
He's
doesn't
already
need
taken
our
care of.
cat Momo. He doesn't need like food or water because
No.
Kendall's always.
She's always on.
She's
it.
always on top
No,
of it.
I know. I think she has low key in the back of her mind. Hope for a hostile takeover.
Oh, yeah,
you know What I
absolutely.
mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
just
might
like,
as well.
Well, Mo's choosing me, so there's nothing I can do
Guess
about
I
it. We're
gotta
gonna
take
the
him,
cat.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Momo is notoriously you and Dorian adopted him together,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we
yeah,
did.
right.
We
I love
we're
that cat.
co-parents.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
easy.
you are. Next on here is Dro Williams.
Oh, it
yes, sir. Our
goes.
beautiful
Yeah,
roommate.
we love him so
him.
much.
Let's give him a plug.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
He does Twitch streaming and he's absolutely like killing it. He's so funny. Seriously, I'm not kidding. I will lock in when I like watch him on Twitch.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm not a Twitch guy. I really like.
Me neither.
Like, I kind of like got into it a little bit in the past. But
Yeah.
like
when it came out,
absolutely.
and it was like.
Yeah,
all the talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adriel's always talking like to the people who join, and it's so much fun. But it's he's Sweet A. It's at Sweet AYEEE. That's 3 E's. A. Like that. Sweet A.
Sweet A.
But check him out on Twitch. He's super super funny, and he's also just a sweet man.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to see like people who are just like nice. You know what I mean? Like that's just so much fun to watch.
He's a genuine, loving soul, man.
One of the most loving people I've ever met.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah, check him out. He's amazing.
Please, yeah.
And he's a Patreon sponsor.
Yes, he is.
What a king.
I know, because he's a real one. You know
I
what I
know.
mean? Next on this list is John Rao IV.
Johnny!
Also a fucking real
Seriously,
one.
Seriously, one of the realest we got.
Came over last night.
Yeah, he did. I got to see him for a second.
Yeah.
I felt bad because I was with Trin.
No, yeah, you've been super busy, and you've got a lot on your plate right now, and he's definitely going to be coming over a lot more next year, too.
Yeah,
But,
I hope so.
Yeah. We got to train him in ways to
We
smash.
kind of had a crew over last night.
We did, yeah, because Gabe, I didn't know Gabe was bringing Jason.
I didn't know
so
that
that's
either.
cool.
He didn't tell me that, but love Jason. He's a good guy.
I know. No, he is.
Shout out Johnny, though. Thank you for coming through last night. And I'm sorry. Oh, not last night. A week ago. Yeah, sorry. But I love you, man. I hope I can see you a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And next on here is Lene Lovelady.
Lene!
Yes, sir. We love Lene.
Best name in the business.
Yeah, superhero name, no?
It absolutely is.
As coined by Josh.
Yes, sir.
What would her quirk be?
Dude, I was trying to think about that. Probably like, what if she could turn old like cartoons into physical like reality, like almost like a not kind of like Toon Force.
Yeah.
But like if she would have like a what's the word Miguel O'Hara says something about it. It's like she has like a pocket where she can like grab things out and be like a big anvil, but she has to like put on her cartoon gloves. I don't know why. I really don't know her that well.
You think it's because like of her like references to like Unico and like kind of like older mediums and stuff?
Thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Which she still wants you to read. I think I think it was a show. We talked about it after
Unico?
and it's oh dude, she showed me pictures.
I know we looked it up, didn't we?
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh no, we did. But she actually sent me like a picture of her own physical copy.
No way.
Of what is it called? Unico?
Yeah.
Dude, look at this. This is like amazing. So it's the old VHS tape, and it's the genuine like wear and tear, right? Of like an old like NES box.
Crazy.
And then it's got like the old actual like cardboard cutout box for the
so sick.
the VHS.
That's in good condition, by the way.
It is.
Wow.
Look at that.
Fantastic Adventures in Unico.
It's almost like cut off in like the label.
I love
like
it.
it reminds me of a classic like video store, right? Where they would like kind of like do their own thing and put it in their own case.
Oh, that's so funny.
And put like their own rating.
Wow.
Like it didn't even have like, rated G on it. It just says like
a sticker placed on top.
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out Lene.
Shout out Lene,
Shout out
baby.
Lene, lovely.
We love you. And then Mike Sandoval.
Mike.
We love this guy.
I love everyone's name. I just want to say I love the name Mike Sandoval. I feel like that could be like a character, like a main character. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Sandoval's a tough name.
No, it is tough. Yeah, and this guy's the main character. You know what I mean?
So?
Oh yeah. This guy's one of the biggest giver I know.
Still yet to meet him.
Yeah.
Unless in this next week I meet Mikey, because it's technically in the future.
You're right.
Yeah, by the time I'm recording this.
No, you're right.
Well, hopefully I do. Prediction. First prediction.
I love it.
I meet Mikey and my best friends.
Yeah, dude. Mm-hmm. Well, you guys would kick it off like instantly, no question. Oh yeah, you're gonna love Mike. I can't wait as soon as you guys meet.
Can't wait to meet him.
He cannot wait to meet Peter Parker himself. Yes, sir. Joshie, so the first thing I want to dive in here to get into the meat of the episode. Well, actually, before we dive into what I was gonna say, why don't we do a little recap of what we're gonna say about my dad?
Oh yeah.
Driving down here.
Dude, was it for Christmas or is he just like kind of like?
No, it was like so basically the situation.
Yeah.
Gathering it, and I didn't find out any of this really until like extremely last minute.
Right.
Like the day of, pretty much. Okay. When my dad hits me up and says, "Hey, I'm gonna see you like in a few days because I'm driving down. I'm doing a thing." My dad's always been a big traveler.
Which your dad lives in Oregon.
Yes.
We should probably mention.
Yes.
Because
right.
That's
it's about
Arizona. It's like
1,200 mile like distance drive.
How many hours do you know?
Dude, it's
you drove it.
It's like 22.
22 hours.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, with like normal stops.
Yeah.
And of course, my dad's just like a big like travel guy, and he's lived
Yeah.
at like he's lived in
I love it.
California, lived in Washington, all over. So, and I think he's even lived in Arizona before.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So or at least his brother did.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember, but he
knows the area.
he knows so many people. He knows
Yeah.
like all these shops. He used to be like a traveling kind of like a salesman for different businesses all over like California and Oregon, Idaho, and Washington. And
I love it.
yeah, and so he just always has connections wherever he goes. So yeah, he said him and his buddy came down, and I was kind of figuring they're going on a golfing trip because that's kind of usually if my dad's traveling with a buddy, that's the vibe. Yeah,
Gotta go
drinking, golfing, and business. You know what I mean?
The trio.
The trio.
What can you do?
But no, he was actually driving down because my brother's car. My brother's 9 years younger than me, so he's got I think this is his first vehicle, maybe a second, that he's like ever owned, and he's had this like from
Talking
Oregon.
about Party Rock, the
Party
Kia?
Rock. Yeah, the Kia Soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
so
black
that car,
hamster car.
it is truly, the box hamster,
the box
and
hamster.
it fucking took all the shits. Like it just like basically was on its very last leg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it was
dead.
like dead.
Yeah.
Right. It literally died as they pulled it up into my driveway.
Which is crazy.
Which is nuts.
Yeah,
Did he take it, by the way? Because it was just gone.
I think he towed it.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he got towed because we tried to keep it alive and we tried to like get it going. It didn't.
Damn.
It wouldn't. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. So my dad ended up helping him out. My dad's like always, he's been above and beyond like for me too, and like especially with cars because he's a car guy.
Right.
He will like if you're like, hey dad, I'm interested in a car.
Right.
He on his own will do like 2 full days of research on finding you like the best deal.
What a real one.
He's a real one, and
Yeah.
he likes it. Like he just
love it.
loves looking up like all this stuff. So he found something with Jack,
Yeah.
and it worked out a deal where he bought it for him in Oregon.
Right.
Drove that new car down for
to
Jack,
Arizona.
Yes, and made the
22
exchange
hours.
with him, and then like put it in his name and helped him like with all that.
Yeah.
So
Real
one because
Absolutely.
that was a trip.
Yeah. I want to see him again. I
Yeah.
wish I did when he was over, but I didn't know, and I think I was out of the house the whole day.
No, I'll tell you right now that I think I said this on cast that like he like sent me a text like, hey, I'm heading down and like can we hang Monday? And then I'm working Sunday night.
Yeah.
And he like didn't respond to my last text like, hey, when are you coming? Are you gonna be able to see me at work?
Right.
No response.
Right.
And then he literally shows up in my back door, just pops out, and I'm like, Dad? Hello? What the
up,
heck?
Dad?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Wild. Yeah, real special.
love it.
Yeah, he'll go above and beyond for like anybody, which reminds me of a certain person I know.
Who?
You, bro.
Could it be me?
Let's get into retro recap, brother. I
Yeah.
know we said no sections here, but I got
Wait,
a little
retro
surprise
recap
for
is
you.
coming up?
Yes, sir, because we the history of retro recap for the
Yes.
channel, I think we just called it this week's history.
This week's
right?
history
Like
was
right
the
off
beginning.
rip
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was like the first name of the section.
Before it was retro recap.
Yes,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
was like I was like looking at the game facts list
Yeah.
like I still do every week.
Right.
But we have 5 that we try to limit to like every
Right,
episode.
right.
And even with 5, you and I can still talk an hour about it.
absolutely.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
It is shocking to look back
Yeah.
and see that we had like between 20 and 30 in the first 3 episodes.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
what?
No, it was
You know,
crazy.
that was like so much content.
The whole list. being
Literally.
there was so funny.
Yeah, dude. So retro recap now has evolved a lot and it even got a new name, and
Yes, it is.
it's one of my favorite sections.
It is so much
And
fun.
I chose a special selection today, Joshie,
Oh, yeah?
of arcade games.
Ooh,
just a couple. Yeah,
okay.
I've got 3 here actually.
All right, let's hear
And
it.
these are some that are kind of just deemed some of the best games of all time.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did you like go to arcades as a kid?
Not really.
Not too much?
Yeah, no. I remember growing up and going to this nickel arcade.
Okay.
That was like probably like
Yeah.
a 15-20 minute drive from like
Yeah.
my hometown, which had like nothing in it. And I went in middle school with I think like my youth group.
Oh,
we like
okay.
all went, and it was
Cool.
like a blast.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it didn't have a lot of like these type of games,
Yeah.
you know, like Pac-Man
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
anything like that. It was like a lot of like kind of I don't know, kiddie versions of what's in Dave and Buster's.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's nickel games. So,
Yeah,
especially when I was like literally 9, 10, 11, 12, you could spend 5 fucking hours in that place.
Yeah.
If you got $20,
Yeah.
you are playing for hours. Which is so
Yeah.
awesome.
That's so funny you say that because I think it was there was this really freaking awesome deal at have you been to Sunsplash yet? Have you been?
I've been one time.
to like Golfland.
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that?
that's literally what I did was the golf land.
Oh, yeah?
I went with a couple buddies I met at church when I first moved here.
Okay,
before
word.
I met you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I grew up here obviously, and so the Golfland Arcade had this deal during summertime on Saturday mornings. I think it was until like... You had to get there pretty early, but it was until like 3, maybe, right? Maybe 2. I don't know. I don't remember that well because I didn't really... I was like a kid. I wasn't really checking the times.
For sure.
But they had... it was in the mornings. They had like unlimited games. Like some games, like prize games, were not a part of it.
Laser tag.
Yeah, something like that. But they had, it was like $15 like all morning. You could just like literally play as many games as you could play, as many times as you want.
That is hype.
And it was so much fun. And they had like retro games. They had, like, the OGs like Donkey Kong, Pac-Man,
totally
Galaga, and dude, they had like everything. Even like what's that one where you like jump from each block? Porger? No.
Porger?
Not Porger.
I don't know if I've heard of it.
Cubert.
Oh, Cubert.
Cubert? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, dude. That's
so
a
I played
classic.
that back in the day, but they also had like Blaze Blue. They had Tekken Street Fighter.
Oh yeah.
They had like some of the super fun like just big arcade machines too.
Oh yeah.
So that was kind of my introduction.
Pinball machines too.
Yeah, pinball machines. I remember I played the hell out of those. They had a bunch of them, and I liked the. For me, I played the Pirates of the Caribbean one because you know how they're always like themed.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So I played actually a lot of arcade games growing up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I thought there's just a novelty.
Yeah.
To the arcade machine itself, especially those retro ones.
Yeah.
You know, when I was a kid, they had very, very advanced like arcade games.
Yeah.
You know, they had, you know, Blaze Blue was one that I loved almost the most because. If I do remember correctly, it was like an anime style. Did you ever play that?
It is. Yeah. I played a little bit. Yeah, like that and Guilty Gear. I've kind of like dabbled a little bit.
Similar,
and I know that I was really into Persona 4 Arena for a minute when that came out. And that was, I think, by the Blaze Blue guys.
The guys who did Blaze Blue.
Or Guilty Gear or something. Yeah, when it was like Arc Systems.
Yeah.
Arc System Works.
So they had all those, but there was something special about the old retro games.
Yes,
that I love,
bro.
So.
Yeah, no,
that's
me
exciting.
too.
I like that. That's really fun.
There's this, if we ever end up making a trip over to Oregon someday.
Yes.
In
Which
Portland.
we will.
Yes, dude. And this was... And I haven't really like hung out in Oregon or Portland since the pandemic, so I'm not sure if it really is like a thing over there anymore.
Yeah.
But I do remember this. I don't even remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it was like almost like an underground arcade in Portland.
Okay.
And it's for adults, so you got to be 21 to go in. You're ID'd at the door, right? You get a wristband.
Yeah.
It was one of the coolest arcade suites I've like seen for
Really?
adults. Yes, because it's like adults only. It's a very different vibe, right? It's not kids running around.
Totally.
It's not like corny music. It's and the lights are dimmed, right? Every arcade cabinet was like custom built for them, and they all had like drink holders in the cabinet.
That's
if
fun.
they didn't, they set up a drink holder by every single cabinet. And it was I think the first in the world to have a multiplayer Pac-Man. It's a 4-player Pac-Man.
What?
Yeah, and you like it's cool because you're not looking up at a screen with it, you're looking down. And all 4 of you are like surrounded by probably a table a little bigger than this. The screen is probably this big.
Oh, wow.
Half this table. And you're all looking down and you're competing against each other. Kind of, and it's a multiplayer Pac-Man.
And you're all Pac-Man?
You're all different colored Pac-Man.
Yeah. That's sick.
That's sick.
I like that. Yeah. That's really cool. Kind of. Did you ever go to Level 1 in downtown Gilbert?
I haven't, but I've heard so much about it.
Yeah, it sounds. I mean, that
same vibe.
Yours sounds a little cooler, to be honest, because if it's underground, it's like dimmed lights.
Yeah.
The other one is kind of like it's a cool bar with arcade games.
For sure.
Basically,
For sure.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I remember the name of it, but I'm sure it'll come.
The
to me
Pink
eventually.
Gorilla.
The Pink Gorilla.
Uh-oh.
That is in Seattle though.
Yeah.
I love that shop.
It
And
is.
I'm glad you actually. You know what was really cool was when I texted you. I'm like,
funny.
check out this place.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm here.
I'm in it right now.
I'm like, no way.
Yeah,
bro.
that was a cool spot. They had a bunch of stuff too.
Yeah.
They had like a Rob. Like a Rob the Robot, and they had like, dude, so many cool.
Holy shit!
The Donkey Konga bonga.
No way!
Yeah, it was so
I never went into their shop. I only saw their presence like at
because
PAX.
you went to PAX.
Yes,
Yeah.
And they had like a big. They would always set up a massive
Yeah.
booth with like those little like they would have like a bunch of old games, like literally like out of package 64 cartridges, and it would be like in one of those like thin plastic sleeves, and just like clipped up to a like the wall, like you would find in Japan.
Yeah.
You know, like walking down, like it was very authentic looking,
it.
and I'm like, dude, this is like a Japanese mint copy of Smash Bros. On the 64.
I
like,
love
this
it.
is sick.
It's cool as hell.
Joshie, the first game I wanted to talk about
Talk to me.
is Galaga. It's funny you mentioned that.
Dude, I said that.
Yes, you did.
I played it growing up.
This is probably my favorite classic arcade game.
It's really fun.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This is a special game.
Yeah.
It came out in 1981 by Bandai Namco. It was actually published by Midway in North America.
Really?
Yeah, I kind of forgot Midway was a thing, but dude, back in the day, like on 64, even on GameCube, Midway was a like IP like recognized,
really,
or a company that was recognized everywhere. Yeah, and they always partnered with
what else
Namco.
Did they do,
dude, that's a good question.
Yeah, I hate to break the flow, but I'm just curious.
No, yeah, I'll pull this up. The last thing I want to say on Galaga is that it was a sequel to Galaxian, which I actually, growing up as a kid, I played the shit out of Galaga.
Really?
Right, yeah. And I loved it. And I discovered Galaxian, and I remember playing it as a kid, thinking in my head, like I was probably like 6 or 7, thinking in my head that this is like a sequel to Galaga.
Yeah, like the next one.
Just based on the name.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as fun. It wasn't as like fleshed out. Galaga was a better game.
I've never played Galaxian.
Yeah. It's just like a lessened version. It's almost like Galaga's really a true sequel.
Yeah.
You know, like they really just like did everything like they basically have the same formula and they just made it better.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it was Galaxian was Namco's first major arcade hit. Yeah.
Galaxian, not Galaga.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Galaga though is like has gone down in history.
That's
as,
a
like,
classic.
Dude, it's just
any arcade, it's like the classics. Donkey Kong, Pac-Man, Galaga, you know?
Yes,
They had like Frogger at the one I grew up with.
Dude,
But
Frogger.
I think Galaga was probably the most fun. I mean, you can't beat.
Yeah, tell me like what your like experience was like with Galaga.
Well, I thought it was extremely fun. I kind of knew that it was like a kind of a classic, I think, by the time I started playing it, because I grew up watching like AVGN, and so I always like had a respect for it's crazy I grew up watching AVGN. I should not have watched that when I was a kid. I felt like I had a lot of respect for it when I would play it, but I kind of saw why, because it was really fun, and I felt that same way about like Pac-Man and like anything else that was kind of like
Dig Dug. You ever played Dig Dug?
Dig Dug is so much fun. I think that's on NES though, right?
I think so, but
yeah,
wasn't it an arcade game first?
It could have been. I didn't play it though as a kid. I played it on. We had Dig Dug on the because we had that top loader like knockoff NES.
Yeah.
I got that when I was a kid too, and yeah. No, I thought it was super fun. To be honest, I don't think I got that far.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I would play for a decent amount, but it was kind of one of those like it was a little more novelty.
Yeah.
You know, at least with Galaga.
Yeah. Not like you like took it seriously as like. You know, like we've talked a lot in this channel about like what we love about games. We're all about like the narrative, all these like the music, all that, right? And obviously, a bunch of these old arcade games, that's not what these games are about.
The best part of it, actually.
Yeah,
I think at the time it won Best Game Direction.
Are you right?
If I'm not mistaken.
It was the first award.
It was, yeah. First time. What was it? Golden Joystick.
Yeah. Good memory, bro.
Nice.
No, dude,
we just did it yesterday. So.
We did. No, you're right. It's fresh.
Yeah.
You know how I actually played this game it wasn't an arcade, like in an arcade. Through an arcade cabinet that I played Galaga. It was on the GameCube.
What?
And I don't even remember what the game was called, but it was by Bandai Namco, and I think it was manufactured by Midway, and it was a collection of arcade games for the GameCube. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, because I had it. What is that called?
It has like Paw Patrol.
Yes, and they had... It might have been what I played Dig Dug on. Because I'm not kidding.
I also played Dig Dug on it, so that's probably it.
Okay, then maybe I did. It wasn't on the NES. Maybe I'm thinking of the GameCube, and that's how I played Dig Dug. Dude, that's gotta be it.
That's gotta be it. Because you remember Paw Patrol, right? That
Paw Patrol,
that racing game,
the one with the like thin car.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, and you're trying to like go around the poles, and it's like just like a single racer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. Yeah, and Dig Dug.
Literally bringing back fucking memories that I didn't think I would ever remember.
I pulled them out of you.
I can picture the cover. It was called like arcade, like dude. That's crazy. We need to find out.
We need to find out.
Because that was definitely how I played Dig Dug.
Yeah,
and that was definitely how I played.
I also looked up
they had like
Midway,
Pac-Man on there,
and
too, right?
they did Pac-Man and Mrs. Pac-Man. And I'm looking up Midway, and they were a really early manufacturing company from 1958. So 50s? I'm guessing that was like start of kind of like evolving into the arcade scene. Because 1988 through 96 is when they went ham as like on video games specifically.
Yeah,
but it seems like they've disbanded in 1996. That's kind of what I'm looking at, which is why we haven't seen them in a while. The IPs they had, though, for manufacturing was Mrs. Pac-Man, Spy Hunter, Rampage, Mortal Kombat, Cruisin' USA. Have you ever heard of Cruisin'?
Yeah.
I loved Cruisin' USA on the 64.
Kombat?
Yeah, like early Mortal Kombat. NBA Jam and NFL Blitz.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some classics in there, huh?
I know, man. And now, I'm really curious to look up this collection. So while I'm looking up the GameCube collection, why do I feel like it has championship in the name?
Dude, that's so fucking crazy you say that. Because I was thinking to myself, I was like, what is it? I was thinking champion or champ in some way.
I found it.
What's it called?
It's called Namco Museum.
Yes, Museum. And do you remember the way it was set up? Yeah. Do you remember like when you turned it on, like what it looked like?
Not fully. Yeah, I remember having like a list of games, or even like if it was just pictures you select, right? It was a list, and it would on the right side it would like show like a preview,
like a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I want to see like what it looked like. Namco Museum.
Namco Museum.
I might have had this one right here, the 50th anniversary, because I think.
Oh my gosh, I remember that coming out. I never had that one.
I think I had that one because it had Dig Dug and it had Galaga. That's Space Invader though, no? Yeah, yes. Galaga, Space Invader, and then dude. This is the one I had.
That's the one you had. Yeah, okay. So we played like the same thing, just two different versions.
One's a little crazy, right?
Crazy, man. Blast from the past.
Namco Museum, dude. I played that a lot.
I did too.
I can't believe I forgot about that for the GameCube episode.
Same.
I did not bring that up at all.
Yeah, I probably haven't thought about this whole topic since I was a kid.
Yeah. Dude, there's probably so many other games that I'd forgotten.
Yes, dude. Well, here, I got a couple more for you that we can talk about. Please. This one I put specifically for you.
Yes.
For obvious reasons. It is Tetris. From 1985. Little history.
Yeah, please.
Alexei Pajitnov, Soviet software engineer, is the developer, sole developer of the original Tetris.
Yes, OG.
And we have a lot of more structure nowadays for just kind of like how we handle like publishing, distribution, copyright, all that.
Yeah.
Well, way back in the day, right? Yeah. We didn't really have like those laws or any kind of like systems in place. And so there was a lot of dispute apparently over the rights to who's publishing, who's distributing, who owns the Tetris IP.
Interesting.
Right? And for the beginning era of it was Nintendo. Nintendo basically pushed out Tetris as much as they can until it was kind of figured out.
I did not know that.
Yeah, me neither. Amazing. Yeah, it's a little Wikipedia diving for
a little wiki.
And eventually it was co-founded by the Tetris Company, who I think is the holder of Tetris now. Yeah, and that was in 1996, so that was like 11 years after it debuted.
And that's every Tetris game that they make?
Pretty sure. Okay. Yeah, or at least they have like a royalty, they're involved. Like even if they didn't develop it, they're the IP owners.
Because Tetris Effect is amazing.
One of the most amazing games of all time. So dive into Tetris because I definitely grew up playing a little Tetris. Yeah. I think the first time I played it was the OG Game Boy.
On the Game Boy?
Yes.
I had that one too.
And it was a great version of it, especially tiny screen. It worked
and
so
the sound
well.
Was good.
But I've never ever taken Tetris super seriously. I've always felt like I'm like, if anything, mediocre at best, right? And then one day, probably like a year and a half, 2 years ago, Josh has his brother over, Drew.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And these guys whip out Tetris Effect, which if you have not heard of Tetris Effect, it is one of the most awesome gaming experiences with that just like envelops you into something that doesn't have a narrative or a story or anything. It's just music, visuals, and Tetris, and that's all it is.
Yeah, and just vibes too. I mean, like it's kind of a beautiful thing where like I really do think of you when I play it nowadays too.
Really?
Yeah, because when we played it that time with Drew, but also the music is it kind of like some of the vibes are a little more EDM.
Yes.
Kind of esque. You know what I mean?
No, it's definitely in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, and so I think about you when I hear them. But dude, I mean, I even like my little brother goes crazy.
I probably have never seen an in-person for myself like Tetris player like Drew.
He is one of the best. I'm not kidding. Like definitely the best I've ever met. But he is like his brain is able to work so quickly. There's a battle mode on Puyo Puyo Tetris. Have you heard about this?
I have.
Him and I will 1v1 or we'll do like party matches. And
I heard it from you.
Yeah, when I go over to like my parents' house, that's the vibe. Like the Smash over there. It's like trying to run Puyo. It's literally like we'll literally like be in battle mode, just locked in, and it is like this dude is so crazy with it. In high school when I played the OG Puyo Puyo Tetris. I got super into like Tetris, and I was trying to get as good as my little brother, but I freaking can't, man. That dude is so good at Tetris.
Unbelievable. Have you ever beaten him?
Yeah, we'll have some where like
because there's still like chance in there.
You can mess up, or even if I'm getting a really good amount of blocks and he's kind of getting a shitty one, and then the way that it works is every line that you every 2 lines that you break,
it like adds to the other,
sends a line to them, so it literally just moves your screen up. So I always try to set up for like 2 Tetrises in a row because you could fuck someone so bad, but that's dangerous too because
you're susceptible
in the same way. So there's almost like a strategy to it
for sure.
Is so much fun. But I got into Tetris when I was like a kid.
Really?
Because we had an OG Game Boy that we like bought.
Wow, that's crazy to me that we have like the same kind of.
I'm not kidding. Experience. I think that's my first Tetris experience.
Wow.
I can't think of anything because if I'm not mistaken, there was no fast dropping in that one, and then there was no block holding. If I'm not mistaken,
I think you're definitely right about the block holding. Yeah. I'm not sure about I thought there always has been like a fast fall. Like if you press up.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think you just have to hold down.
Hold down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have like that.
It's got that. Yeah, shortcut. No auto drop or whatever.
You're right.
It's called.
You're right.
You can make it fast fall, but you can't make it like
instant drop or whatever. Yeah,
which is so
like next level.
Yeah, so much fun. And it's kind of a staple of Tetris now, like especially like block holding and auto dropping.
Which is kind of crazy that they, after all these years, for what Tetris is, that's all they've really added.
You don't need to.
You don't need
much.
more.
Like literally, like Tetris Effect as a game plays so well. Because of the visuals, but not because of any gameplay changes. If anything, every single level technically is the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like gameplay wise. But it's just not the case when it comes to the visuals. I consistently still play that game. If I pick up my VR, I'm playing it. It is such a different experience.
That is the best way to experience it.
I promise it is. Did you play it VR?
I've played one time in VR.
Dude.
And you get lost in it.
I literally, I teared up multiple times just because of the feeling of it. And it was like, it seriously is like so next level. But I'm super into Teddy. Super into Tetris.
Yeah, bro.
And I almost beat Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Well, as far as my personal closest of friends goes, you're definitely the best Tetris player I've ever seen.
You think so?
Absolutely,
I'll take
bro.
that.
Yes,
I'm not kidding. That's probably the vibe of anyone who comes in this house and is like, I'm bad at Smash. It's like, no, you're not. You're probably the best of your friends.
Yeah.
No question.
No question.
You know what I mean? But it's just
you're just walking into a Smash house.
Yeah, but that's how I feel when I go to my parents' house and face Drew in Tetris. I'm like, I'm pretty good, right? And then I'm not. I'm dog shit compared to him.
He's actually scraping your ass on a rake on the floor.
My ass on a rake on a floor.
Yeah,
exactly. I was thinking that exact same thing.
Were you?
I was.
Joshie, the last game I have on here, you actually already mentioned. Yeah. It is Frogger.
Really?
From 1981.
Nice. Yeah.
It was published by Sega, but developed by Konami. Ooh. Very early Konami, right?
Yeah.
This game was deemed the greatest game of all time for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like across the board.
I mean,
and I love this game.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
I actually specifically love a newer modern rendition of the game, which is Crossy Road.
Crossy Road, I was about to say that.
Dude.
I don't think it's by the same people, but it's the exact
I don't
same
think so. Yeah.
vibe.
Yes.
With rivers and streets and the same way that it's the exact same thing.
Yeah. You only have one button. It's just go. You know? Yeah. And it's dude, for what Frogger was like back in the day, man, I remember my memory is that I grew up in Washington until I was 8. I don't have a lot of memories of that time period. Really, like I have all the stuff I've pretty much said on cast really into you about gaming. Right. That's most of my memories. I got like I played baseball growing up, so I got that. Right. But I don't really remember a lot of people or experiences because I was so young, you know.
Kiddo.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. And honestly, like one thing I do remember, and it just clicked, almost like the Namco Museum. Yeah. When I was pulling this up, I had a neighbor and they had no kids. It was just like family friends basically. Yeah. Because they lived there. My parents like really liked him. Well, their dad had an original Atari, or at least it was one of the arcade Ataris that you had connected to your TV.
Yeah, like a plug-and-play stick one.
Yes, exactly. And he had Frogger. And I'd never heard of it. I was like playing my 64, you know, and it was just like, even as a kid, as no shit, like I'm probably like 7 or 8 playing this. Yeah. And I keep playing it over and over and over because I want to get to the other side. Right. It's so hard, you know? And it's so good. Yeah. Like, for what?
I agree completely. I mean, they had it at the Golfland. They probably still do. I haven't been in a while. But they, so I grew up playing that on the arcade. And it's so funny because I remember when I think of Frogger, I think of that stick. I can feel it almost in my hand. Yeah. Just because of, like, the way I played it. It was kind of loose a little bit, which was concerning because of how precise I felt like I wanted to be. But just the vibe.
That's kind of the novelty of that stick.
Yeah, there's something so novel about it, and like, I love it. But it's like just a little bit. And I think it was definitely a killer, especially I mean, you know, growing up, I think that, you know, a classic arcade experience where it's not too like complicated. Who the hell can't get behind Frogger? Like, it's literally like, I got to get as far as I can.
Literally.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's like, it's so, you can see your objective all like right in front of you. Oh, yeah. And you can look at somebody else and be like, oh, I know exactly where they're at. And they're about to beat that level. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and challenging. There's something novel, I think, about all of these games and a lot of just arcade and even like old NES games and whatnot and PlayStation. Yeah. The difficulty, like standard compared to what gaming is now.
Absolutely.
It like difficulty itself, that was like a big part of the experience. Yeah, and it still is, right? Game balance is huge, but nowadays it's all about kind of like tutorials, hand holding.
Sure.
Choose your own adventure, whatever difficulty you want.
Of course.
And gaming just wasn't like that. There was no difficulty on these games or anything. No, dude, it was like, hey, here's the game, get fucked. Yeah. You know, like
either be good or you lose.
Right. Literally. Yeah. Which Dark Souls, like head dev, that's largely his kind of like mantra behind making games. So
get good or
it makes
die.
sense. Yes, Joshie. All right, I got a couple other things to talk about on here for our special episode.
Let's do it.
Our next one here is a special off topic. It's just real small. Ooh. My question to you is, did you have a secret hiding spot or clubhouse as a kid?
Ooh, okay, so I didn't have a clubhouse exactly.
Okay.
But I did have, if we're talking like a clubhouse, I had like a wooden built like playground as a kid when I was younger. And my dad built it for me.
Like in backyard?
Backyard, yeah. When I was in my like old house, right? And, but it wasn't really like a hiding spot. But I remember, and it's so funny because I just had a dream last night where I hid in the same spot. Or there's always like a vibe to it. But my mom's closet, for some reason, if I would like she had this spot where it was like a walk-in closet growing up. Okay. And she had like all her clothes, but the corner, like the way the rack turned, it like didn't hug the wall completely. And so it literally was like the best hiding spot, if not even just like this feeling of like if I wanted to just like hide for no reason, I would just go there. Even if I was sad or even like playing hide and seek or like
Definitely.
anything like that.
Yeah.
I remember that so well, and it still comes up in my dreams because of as a kid, I always looked at that closet like I would like hide in it.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. Last night I was like hiding in there with someone, not like in like a scary way.
Yeah.
But just like in a way where it was like you just go in there.
Yeah.
It's so
Okay.
funny.
I love that.
So funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the closet.
Yeah. In the old closet.
A little hidey hole.
Yeah.
I had a little treehouse growing up.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Reese and I were both like
No
full
way.
in on this. There was kind of like different every year. There kind of be a different like season for us where like we were neighbors. That's how Reese and I first became friends, right? And we were both like he was a year younger than me, so I think when I first met him and really became friends,
He's a year younger?
Yeah, Reese is 1 year younger.
I didn't know that.
So I was 9 or 8 when we first became friends, and I think he was 7 or 8, right? And there basically where our house was laid out it was like small town where we were raised, right? And then if you go to the outside of it, kind of on the outskirts of an already small farm town, we lived out there. So it was kind of like more kind of like, I don't know, almost like Gold Canyon out here where it's just like, it's raw desert.
Yeah,
it's like raw forest and like, cool. Like honestly, like a playground for me and my siblings.
Sounds fun, because I mean, like you give a forest to a kid, imagination station. You know what I mean?
And there was so much. It was like it actually like felt like it kept like here. I'll draw a little visual for Joshie since none of you all can see it out there. But basically, like we had a little remember like cul-de-sacs.
Yes,
you know what I
of
mean?
course.
Yeah, a little neighborhood. So there was 2 little cul-de-sacs here, and it came into the main street, which was right here. So this main street ran all the way through town, and going north would like go through our town and then like out of it, right?
Yeah.
So we're like go like south here, and you're like heading like out into nowhere, and like there's like another town over here that literally is a population of like 50.
Right.
Like it's ridiculous. So Reese lived at the corner right here at the end. I lived down the cul-de-sac at the first house wrapped. So Reese and I literally met walking around outside like our second day ever of me being in Oregon.
Wow.
So we became homies instantly.
That's
right?
crazy.
And so over here on this cul-de-sac on the other side of my street, all these houses were like on this side.
Yeah.
But behind them was a massive field. Right?
Oh, a field.
And then so imagine like basically it's just kind of this untamed field that no one's like the city's not taking care of it anymore. So it's kind of overgrown. It's kind of whatever.
Right.
There was a chopped down tree stump that looked like it was from a massive tree.
Right.
But it just had a leftover stump. It almost looked like they ripped it out of the ground too. You could see like some of the roots and dirt and whatever. But it had a literal like hangout surface, and it was tall. Like you had to climb this thing to hang on it. So Reese and I would spend our first 2 years, this stump was the spot. We called it the stump.
The stump.
Yeah.
I love that.
Isn't that
dude.
fucking
That's
sick?
so fun.
It's one of my favorite memories, honestly, growing up, especially with Reese.
I love it.
And then come out over here. This is forest area, past the field, right? That's been kind of like just left over and is overgrown.
Right.
So it wasn't until we were in like probably late grade school, early middle school.
Okay.
That, we're probably around like 10, 11, 12.
Right.
We start to venture out beyond.
Uh-oh.
AOT style.
AOT.
We go into the forest. Turns out there is so much untapped. Like it's obviously tapped, but it's largely kind of abandoned and not maintained. It's just a field and forest.
Wow.
So one of my other buddies who ended up moving into this house a couple years later, his dad was he did construction and kind of carpentry.
Okay.
He helped us build an actual tree fort in the trees with a floor. It wasn't like done up with like a bunch of windows or anything, but it had a base floor. You could climb into it, had walls, had a ceiling, and we hung out back there. And I basically lived back there like all grown up.
That's so fucking cool.
Isn't that fucking sick?
Yeah, dude. I never had like a built tree house. That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, man.
I love it. And
That's
the stump lore is crazy.
The stump lore. I know. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of a stump because I feel like that's like probably a little more out there.
Yeah.
And something
I love
like,
it.
It's like whatever. But,
wow, that's a sick.
Isn't that cool?
That is such a cool little story you have about like your childhood. I love that.
Yeah, man.
That's lit.
Yeah, I'm glad. I hope the visual helped.
No, the visual helped a lot.
Yeah,
I felt
I'm
like
a very visual person.
I felt like I was experiencing a story.
Hell yeah.
I can kind of see it.
That's what I wanted you to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. A little story time off topic.
Yeah.
Which brings us to our main topic
Main
today,
topic.
brother. Yes, sir.
Which I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm gonna call it, but kind of my tentative title is Season 1 Retrospective.
Okay.
I kind of want to take a look back,
Yeah.
like I mentioned at the beginning, to kind of just our journey so far,
Yes.
right, and kind of our accomplishments of
yes.
of you and I just pouring hours into our labor of love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So I've got some basically a list of achievements that we've got so far.
Achievements?
Joshie. Yes, sir. Are you
No
ready?
way, we get trophies?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I got
Let's go.
a custom trophy made. Actually, it's in your room already.
Oh,
yeah,
it
it's already
is.
on top of the TV.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
perfect. So first up here is we have over 76 hours of total recording time.
Wow.
Yeah.
76 hours?
Yes. That's including
That's
yesterday's
insane.
episode.
Holy shit.
Isn't that kind of hype?
Dude, and that's only going up.
It's only going up.
Wow, we're going to have 100 hours worth of content, like, pretty damn soon.
Yes, man.
That's
wild. How long do you think our average episode is? If you were to make a guess.
An average would be like 4 hours. Just an average. Yeah.
Yeah.
4 hours.
It's 4 hours and 28 minutes.
4:28?
Yes.
Nice.
Yep, that's right where we're about.
Yeah.
At. We actually have several episodes that are like within 10 minutes of that cusp.
Really?
Yeah.
What's our longest episode, do you know?
I do. And what do you think it is?
I know we had one that was like 5.5 hours, maybe? Mm-hmm. Is that it?
Yeah, we actually have two that's over the 5 hour 30 minute
No way.
mark. Yeah.
What is it? What is it?
What do you think? Make a guess.
One Piece?
Close.
Really?
That's the second longest.
5.5?
Yeah, I think it is like literally a minute or two shorter than the longest
that's
episode.
a good question then.
Make a guess.
Episode 3?
Well, that's what you just guessed, right? That was One Piece.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Let's
You don't even have to say the episode number. You can say the topic.
I'm gonna say, was it Pokemon?
It was.
I knew it.
Good shit, brother. Yes, sir.
Do I get points?
Yeah, of course you do. Pop trivia. Yeah, Josh, you got 1 point right there.
Yeah, let's go.
So we have, going back to our stats here, 833 total plays across everything.
Everything.
Yes, so actual plays on our audio platforms is at 546.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love that. We just
almost
hit that
100 more than it was
recently.
last week.
Yeah,
which is awesome, man.
Dude, I'm
and then
loving that.
287 views on YouTube.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll
which
take
is
those.
Awesome.
Yeah.
On YouTube, we have 112 hours of total watch time.
112.
Which is more hours than we've even put out.
Amazing.
Which is awesome.
Wait, how is that possible?
Well, because like if you have two people
multiple
watching
people,
one
yeah.
video, yeah. It's like, wait,
I was like, what
how's
the
that possible?
fuck? That's impossible.
We also have a demographic list too. So
Do we?
99% of our listeners are in the U.S. We have 1%, probably like 1 or 2 people from India, and same thing from the Philippines.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at
Isn't
that.
that cool?
Well,
Yeah.
Keep plugging in.
Yes, sir. More demographics.
No.
49.6% of our audience so far is male.
Okay.
42.6% is female.
Wow.
And 7.8% is non-binary.
Okay.
Right? And then going into age, 7.8% is between 0 and 17.
Okay.
And 3.9% is between, oh my gosh, I wrote 0 to 17 for all of them.
No.
Oh no. I'll have to pull it up. Basically like I think they go like 10 years up. So it's like 3.9%, 7.8%, 27.9%, and then 42.6. So most of our listeners are like over 36.
Nice.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love all these demographics. It actually like climbs the older the brackets
No
get.
question, the retro recap is such a good segment, right?
You're absolutely right, baby. Most relatable, no?
Most relatable, got it.
On Spotify, we are sitting at 31 followers currently.
Wow.
On YouTube, you got 13 subscribers.
13
and on
subs.
Patreon, we have 8 sponsors.
Nice.
We have covered 31 total Telegram messages across all of our episodes.
I love that.
Me too.
That's so fun.
We've had Q&A on Spotify.
Yes.
We've had 22 responses so far.
Nice.
Our average episode length, as we said, is 4 hours and 28 minutes. We have an average of 24 plays per episode.
Okay.
That's the audio only, so it's not including YouTube.
Yeah, I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because all like
22 plays?
24
24, my
plays.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
average per episode.
Dude, this feels like a lot.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, it feels like an insane amount.
It feels more than I thought it would be.
I agree
to
completely.
be honest. Yeah, and especially with where I thought we would be a few months ago, like for being at this spot
Agreed.
at the end of the year.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. I want to gas us both up.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
and our audience, because they're involved,
and the people doing it,
and the people, because dude, 31 Telegram responses, guys. That's all you.
That is,
that is incredible,
yep.
and I love that.
And yeah, let's keep going too.
Let's keep going,
Keep
baby.
asking every single week.
Yes,
you got
sir.
a funny little question too. Can be off topic, can be on topic, can be about anime, cannot be. Can
Absolutely.
be about video games.
Yeah,
whatever
it can be
you want.
personal. Whatever you want.
Exactly.
If you just want to say something and not ask a question,
we will.
You can also do that.
We will talk about it on the pod. No
Absolutely.
question.
Give us some topics here. We have covered 101 news articles in depth.
What?
101. That is more than... I'm not talking footnotes.
Yeah.
Where we just like, hey, this happened.
Yeah.
I'm talking... We dissected an article.
Yeah, like when we report.
Yes.
Dude, that's so cool.
That hype,
101 is
101.
crazy.
And in retro recap,
yes,
we have discussed 226 games.
And that was just from the first 2 episodes.
Pretty much. Actually, it's funny you say that because check this out. Episode 1, we had 25.
25, yeah.
Episode 2, we had 35.
35.
And in episode 3, we had 34.
34.
We almost had 100 in the first 3 episodes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Literally. I could not imagine. We had 3 today. And we still talked for like a half an hour. You know what I mean? Joshie, this next part of the main topic here, that's basically all of our accomplishments so far with the channel. And it's amazing, honestly. And again, like, shout outs to every single listener out there and everyone who has been involved, even if you haven't participated or we don't know you exist yet. We love you, and you're important, and you're the reason for everything we just said.
Absolutely. Yeah, that is all the doing of the people listening and our little family we got going.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you guys want in any way to be heard, we will hear you.
Absolutely.
In any way we possibly can. Even just reaching out. I'm not kidding. Like, it's I think it's so cool. Even like Mikey, I haven't met you yet, but I promise, man, like when I meet you, you're family, dude. I cannot wait. And that goes for everybody else who's listening right now.
Hell yeah.
This makes me so happy hearing all this, by the way. Like, I
Me too.
I didn't think it would be this many, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of incredible.
And to be honest, no advertising.
No.
It's all like word of mouth from like us and everything we shout out every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I like when you and I were first like even conceptualizing the podcast, like back in Dutch Bros, you know, we were like, man, like, you know, if the channel grows like this and this.
Right.
And I remember like you were like, well, I don't think we should expect to grow anything dramatic within the first couple of years.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, no, I'm with you. I'm not expecting
absolutely.
that. This is big, much more than I expected.
So much more. And you know what? I'm the kind of man where it's like I want to appreciate everything I have, which is so funny because me and Trin were just talking about this last night on the type of people that kind of like are in this world, because when you look at it, not to relate this to AOT.
Oh, have to, though.
Aaron Yeager and Armin are very different in the way that they see their dream. When Armin brought Aaron that book and said, look at all these wonders, Armin was looking at what was present, what he believed existed, and all Aaron saw were the things that were taken away from him, right? And so he's looking at the walls like a cage, and Armin seeing them as a barrier from what is beyond.
Right.
Aaron really does not look beyond. It's like he's kind of like obsessed with the idea of what he doesn't have and not the dream of what he could have. And so I personally think I'm more like Armin, where it's like hearing this, it doesn't make me think, oh, we could get to 1,000, right?
Yeah.
We could get to it. I'm like, this is incredible. And if it's like this forever too, just like our group of people, I'm loving it.
Same.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm so happy with what is already here.
Yeah. I had to relate it to AOT.
You have to. Oh my gosh. And that's such a great parallel, by the way.
Thanks,
I don't think I've thought about it like super in depth like that.
Yeah.
That kind of like difference between those two characters.
Well, we were just watching season 3 and we were just breaking it down, like the fact that is how Aaron just views kind of everything, you know what I mean? So
almost like the more he sees, almost like like it's almost like this idea of freedom.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
and what you're fighting for.
Absolutely.
And they really are on like two completely different sides. It's very evident, as you pointed out, at the end of season 3 and that conversation that takes place between them.
Absolutely.
So Joshie, the last thing I want to talk about here is kind of now that we've recapped everything that has happened for the channel, I want to just dive into a little bit of story time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I just want to talk about, because as we said at the beginning here, where are we at too? We're like an hour and 21. Not bad.
Hey,
yeah.
we're making time.
Yeah, we're making good time.
And we do have...
I have to cut by 3:30.
we do have a cut. Okay.
By the way, and it's 2:15 right now. So we got like a good hour 15 left to go. But I don't think this is going to take too long. I just have some specific questions here to kind of jog your memory, as I already have, pertaining to kind of like the same vibe, right? Kind of like stories, growing up, Christmas, what that's meant to you.
I love it.
So I'm going to ask you some questions.
Please.
The first question I have for you is, what's an amazing Christmas memory you have as a gamer?
Oh, as a gamer.
Yeah.
Well,
preferably before the age of like 18. Maybe even before high school.
Yeah, okay. Dang, that's
But
such
whatever
a good
comes
question.
to your mind.
Well, I think one of my favorites, no matter what, can it be Christmas or any holiday? Because there were a couple.
Ooh, sure. Yeah.
So, oh my God, it's kind of hard to pick one, to be honest with you, because I'm gonna cliff note some of them.
Sure.
But some of my favorites were getting Pokemon Black on the DS, and I was so excited about it.
Yeah.
Because it was the new Pokemon game since I got obsessed with Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know, because Diamond and Pearl was my first one, and then I literally was like, it's the... Like, imagine, because you started with Gold and Silver. Right?
Yeah.
And then imagine your
the
hype
feeling
of
I had for Ruby and Sapphire. It's probably why it's like my favorite.
And I feel the same way about Black and White. It's my favorite. And it's because, Diamond and Pearl will always be probably the most special to me. Yeah. But that's because it was my first one. And then just that hype and everything I felt. And I think it came out around the time of the holiday, if I'm not mistaken.
Actually, I thought that Black and White came out around like April.
They might have.
Like earlier in the year. That was like one of the weird Pokemon releases where it wasn't like a holiday release.
Right.
But you got it like at the end of that year?
At the end of that year,
okay.
Yeah. So I didn't really know much about it beyond what I had seen in like I had Game Informer.
Wow, that's so hype though.
It was literally like the moment I got it and I was like, I'm about to start this brand new adventure, and I just went ham. Way more ham than I think I ever have. No, I can't say that now. But I literally it was the moment that I decided I'm gonna name every Pokemon that I catch. Right?
Yes.
Every Pokemon that I catch, I'm going to name.
It was literally your second game. Wait, you didn't do that in Diamond and Pearl?
No.
You didn't?
Actually, I had some Pokemon on my party that I didn't name. Because I was like a kid. I just was like... And also, it was Lucario didn't have a name because that name is so tough in its own
so
way.
Tough.
But then it was like Lucario, and I think... Staraptor I also didn't have a name for. But
also a badass name.
Yeah, no, I know. I kept the two coolest ones. But I loved all the ones I named then. I was like, I'm just going to go crazy. And then I remember Pokemon Black. I had an Audino collection.
Yeah.
Remember Audino?
Oh, yeah.
I just freaking fell in love with Audino. I don't know
really?
why. Yeah. It was just like the cutest little thing, and I wanted a plushie of it. But I never ended up getting one, actually. So I caught every single one.
Yeah. Fucking Audino plushie.
I would hunt them, and then I would make a name for them that was a name mixed with something cute, right? So it'd be like
what's an example?
God, I gotta think of one. It'd be like the name Baby or the name Cute or the name like Adorable. I think I had like Adorabelle was one.
Sure.
I think.
You have like a whole thesaurus of everything that has to do with cute.
I filled a whole Pokemon box with each Audino, all and their names went with their gender, and every single one of them had a...
Wow.
I remember...
You've always been like
dude,
this.
You've
always been like so meticulous.
I don't know why. I just like when I love something, I just go ham on it. And it's so funny because right now the only one I can remember is a moment where I started laughing really hard because I was thinking, I caught a boy and I thought of the name Gabe, and then I was like, baby. And so I was like, gay baby. And I remember being like, I can't name him that. I'm sorry I'm talking about Black and White now, but that was,
so
I got
funny.
it for Christmas, and so that was really hype. Another one was I got a 3DS on the same day I got Pokemon X. I did not have a 3DS before that. Yeah, so I had the 3DS XL, the blue one that went with Pokemon X.
Shit.
And then I also got like the family Wii U, which that was when I was like I grew up on Zelda and all these things, and so like Wind Waker HD, and then just like Super Mario 3D World and Nintendo Land, all games that I like played at my friend's house that I like just started getting like I just went ham on the Wii U. And I remember that day I was playing so much 3D World, and I just was like, this is like the best thing ever. So anyway, I don't know which one to choose, but those are some fun
I love
gaming
that.
memories that I have that stuck with me. And
okay.
Hell
yeah. Yeah, I just wanted whatever kind of like trickled in
your mind.
What about you?
Are you going to give one?
Yeah, I wrote down one that has always stuck with me.
Yes.
That is kind of like probably like my first journey into being a gamer.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I'm going to walk you through just a small summary of kind of like how I got my N64.
Oh yeah.
Because it was a Christmas. And I don't remember exactly how old I was. I want to say it was my first year moving to Oregon. So it was like that same year I met Reese and all this went down, right?
8?
Yeah, I was 8.
Well, if it was Christmas, then you would have been 9, right?
If it was the year of 2000. I was born in 92.
Right.
So it was 8, right?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So that Christmas, my uncle had an N64.
Yeah.
He's actually the only person I knew with an N64.
Uncle.
Right. My uncle, and he lived at my grandma's house, and he had like his own kind of like literal like gamer dungeon in the house. Yeah. And I always like I was a really shy kid growing up, right? But I loved, and it started to be like as I got older, I would kind of like always venture down. My mom would be like, "Where's Sam at?" I would just wander down into my uncle's room, and he'd be showing me like all the things, educating me on like just kind of like history. He was a big techie guy. My parents, not techie. My grandparents, absolutely not techie. And I didn't really like have a lot of like guy friends that, or at least like not yet. I was just so young.
Yeah,
you know
you were
what I mean?
a kid.
Yeah, and gaming was just not in my wheelhouse yet, right?
Yeah.
I also feel like my parents didn't have like a ton of money, and like it just wasn't even like it wasn't brought to light to me in any way until it was that year. My uncle like just suddenly had a Nintendo 64, GoldenEye, Mario 64, and Banjo-Kazooie.
That is some classics right there.
Classics.
Some good ones.
Specifically, my first game I ever played was Mario 64. I think I mentioned that in cast before.
Yeah, you have.
And it was like me. I remember specifically like just running around trying to figure it out, being so sucked in even though I couldn't like understand it. And then I remember jumping into, it's like Thwomp's Fortress, right? The second or third level in Mario 64.
Thwomp's Fortress?
Yes, Thwomp's Fortress.
Yeah.
And when you touch the tree after getting a couple stars, the owl comes out.
Oh yeah.
And he speaks to you in a dialogue box.
Right.
I couldn't read. So I asked my uncle to read it for me because I don't understand what I'm doing.
You were gaming before you could read.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes, dude. It was like I could pick some things out, like
Wow.
But like, and do you remember the font in Mario 64? It's very cursive and weird.
And it's kind of hard to read.
I couldn't understand what I was saying, right? So we had to like tell me, and we had that experience, and
translate.
I kind of asked him a few times, and I remember feeling like he was getting a little frustrated that I kept asking him. I felt like I was bothering him.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the end of me playing Mario 64.
Yeah.
And that was like a few months back. Come Christmas,
I
get over there. I was a little ahead of the gun here because my uncle had in the box, he just bought it, a used like copy from GameStop or whatever of Banjo-Kazooie. And never heard of it, never played it, all these things. My uncle just bought it. And I'm like staying up, they're like probably an hour north of my parents' house. So we're staying up there for like a weekend. And day one, I'm begging my uncle. I'm like, please, can we open this and can we play it? And he finally caved. We played a little GoldenEye, and then he's like, all right, you can play it. Like, I'm totally cool with that. And he was, like, doing his own thing. And I played the shit out of Banjo-Kazooie for, like, 4 hours straight. Then my dad comes downstairs and is like, all right, no more gaming. Because of everything that happened, and that was, like, 3 days before Christmas, my uncle took it upon himself to box up his own N64 and Mario 64 and give me his new copy of Banjo-Kazooie for Christmas.
Wow. Did he get a new one, or he just was like, he just knew you?
I think he did eventually.
Like
I want to
day?
say,
Yeah.
because I definitely played N64 continuously after that at my grandma's. My grandma's always like a nice sweet spot for like
Right.
going and just gaming with my uncle by myself. And my grandma was very supportive of it. Like she would like watch, you know, and like not
How old was
understand
your
it.
uncle?
Probably like 30 years older than me, somewhere around there.
30 years older?
I think he's like the middle child. My mom's the youngest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and my mom is, I think, 30. Shit, I don't remember.
30 shit.
Yeah, 30 shit,
No
bro.
way.
My mom's like 32 years older than me, I think. Something like that. 32 or 33.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he's got to be, I think he's like 5 years older than my mom.
Okay.
So that to me, the most precious memory. I'm not
Yeah,
kidding. Like
that's amazing.
I remember like even like it was like the whole thing of like I was so like I was this little brat and I'm like, oh, I want games. That's all I want for Christmas.
Yeah.
I want games. I opened my mom's presents. I had like clothes that were folded up, and I'm kind of like throwing a little fit, being like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah.
And then my uncle brings out like one last gift for me, right?
Yeah.
And opening it, and then and I'm like, I have Mario 64 and the N64. I'm so happy.
Wow.
And then I'm already playing it Christmas morning, and my uncle just pops up after we'd all done our Christmas openings, and he just like, this is for you too. And it was another wrapped box. And instantly I'm like, is that Banjo-Kazooie? No way, you know? And opening it up and being like, oh my gosh.
Mind blown. Best
blown.
Christmas ever. Yeah.
So that probably takes a cake for me.
That has to be. I mean, that's a memory you cannot ever like forget.
No.
And that honestly, it sounds like the starting of the Flash Bros. Truthfully.
I think you're absolutely right. I think it was the start of Sam Anderson, the fucking nerd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes,
That's
sir.
such a good question, dude. I love that. It's
thank
so
you,
much
bro.
fun reflecting, and I love
me too.
Christmas
Yeah,
so much.
I love this stuff.
So much fun.
Do you actually mind if we take a small break real quick? Probably the only break we're going to take.
Yeah.
I got to pee.
Let's do it.
Classic.
Let's do it.
All right, we are back.
Back and better than
Joshie.
ever.
Yes, sir. My next question here for you is, has anyone in the past told you something along the lines of, is gaming is for children? And how did that unfold as resistance within yourself? I say that because you're obviously a gamer now.
Right.
So if you heard that before, and I definitely heard that growing up, what did that look like?
I would say naturally there is kind of a stigma on gaming. I think in any sense whatsoever.
Yeah. I think it's a lot.
Open this door just.
Oh yeah, please. We have a new attribution. Yes, new contestant, new challenger to the podcast right now. We got Baby Lily in the house.
Baby Lily in the house.
Trinity's little doggo.
Yeah, she's a little doggy, and Trinity had to drop her off because she can't have dogs at her grandma's house. But
she's getting comfy over there.
yeah, I know she'll be fine.
Heck
in
yeah.
there. And it's kind of cool in there. You feel that?
Oh, it's
kind of nice.
No, actually, this is.
You
that
feel
was
that?
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel a fan from it.
I don't think there'll be a bad sound, right?
Nah, we'll be chilling.
Okay.
We'll be chilling.
I think there's a stigma on gaming, no matter what, especially like gaming with kind of a generation that doesn't understand it really, you know. And so I think
like
when
the older generations.
yeah, older
you mean?
generations absolutely will kind of like naturally hate on something that they don't understand, and I think there's just kind of this vibe that goes with gaming where it's like, oh, you're sitting in front of a TV for so long, you're rotting your brain away, right? There's like that idea,
100%,
without really the consideration of what you're doing with it, right? Or like the fact that it is.
They see something for what it is without knowing what it is.
Without knowing anything about it, really, to be honest. So, yeah, I heard that absolutely growing up, and to be honest, like, you know, the I don't think that really like changes. I think there's people, no matter what, who will always feel that way. So like for me personally, she's trying to climb that thing. Sorry.
Really chill.
Yeah, she gotta chill. For me, I mean, even like my ex-girlfriend, like when I was in high school, was kind of that vibe where it's like, you know, gaming is something that you will have to, you know, give up one day as an adult. And it's funny because it wasn't really until I like kind of ended that relationship and moved to this house where I embraced the idea completely that it would be something I could do for the rest of my life. Right. You know, and
that like it's okay.
And that it's okay. And that there's no,
or even encouraged.
Yeah, absolutely encouraged. Absolutely. But it just, it was something I heard my parents, I think. Lily, come here. Hey. Okay. I'm so sorry, Sam.
Here you go, baby. She needs some attention.
Yeah, I know she does. I know. So for me personally, I feel like my parents were never really that way completely, because my dad, he's always loved like game. Like he had a PlayStation. Like when he like first became an adult, he played Tomb Raider and that one ice snowboarding game. We talked about this.
Like the 1080,
1080
degrees, whatever. Yeah.
And so my dad really liked that kind of stuff and always thought it was really cool. And he was really interested in modern technology. Like whenever like a new phone would come out, him and I would talk about it.
That makes a lot of sense.
Always been that way.
Yeah.
And he's even the one that like when the Switch first dropped, I was in school, so he drove around and found it for me because I'd like saved up for it the entire time, like working an odd job. And so I'm really appreciative that I had that kind of environment growing up, at least with just my dad in general, because
absolutely,
I think that can also just kind of do a lot for how much you, like sometimes when someone pushes, you either kind of go with whatever direction they're pushing or you push against.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that goes for anything in our world.
I think you're absolutely
You know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I absolutely heard that, and I even heard that like later in my life, you know, with my ex. But there was kind of that element of I know who I am, and I know naturally I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Not to sound like a gamer, but I am one.
Yeah. No, I mean, to be honest, I felt like for me, I relate so much to a lot of that, and I had a not so negative experience, and I think it probably was also coincided with the town I was raised in, right, which is very secluded and very kind of ruled by generations older than me,
right.
And my dad was kind of in the exact opposite wheelhouse. He wasn't very extreme. It's not like he was like, you cannot game.
Sure.
He just didn't like that.
Didn't really like it.
And he didn't understand it.
Yeah,
right?
and I think that's what it comes down to usually.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
It wasn't really until PAX, honestly, where I got to, and we get into that story whenever it comes up, but I'll cut to, like, basic summary is that one year, I was blessed with an opportunity to attend PAX, which was a literal childhood dream.
Yeah.
And the only way I could go is if my dad made it happen, and he made it happen. Very similar to what he just did for my brother with the car.
Once again, another real one moment for Craig. He's
seriously,
2 for 2 for the stories we've told so far.
Yes, man. Yeah. Well, it's so awesome because with everything that like I was raised in, and I would honestly attribute largely because of the negative feedback I got about gaming and about like me gaming and about how like you should play outside, you should do your homework, you should like you're not going to be a gamer forever, like this is like just for kids.
It's a
you know
kids
what I mean?
thing that
it's
will
a kids
change.
thing.
Yeah,
yes, absolutely. And if it doesn't, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something's wrong.
I probably kept it pretty under wraps or in the closet until like high school.
Yeah.
Until I felt like comfortable like talking openly about gaming with other people in like my friend group or like whatever. You know what I mean? Like I felt like embarrassed about it. I felt like shameful a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But my dad and I, we ended up going to PAX, and I actually just went out there like myself. But after attending day one, my dad also gets invited in. You? So we got to experience 2 days of, or did I say PAX?
You did
I
say
definitely meant E3.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because PAX, you go with the boys.
Yes.
And then
you're
E3,
so right.
You went
my mistake. This whole time I'm talking about E3. So
this was 2017, right?
Yes,
when
it
they
was.
opened it to
the
public?
Right. Yeah. 16 or 17. It was like that first public year. And
I think it was 17.
I think you're right. Yeah. We just talked about it, right?
We did. That was yesterday.
My dad and I, the feeling of like what I saw with my own eyes of him looking around, looking at like the Mario Odyssey booth, looking at everything that was around. There was a massive, massive Rathalos statue.
Yeah.
Because Monster Hunter World, this is the first year they were showing it off.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. It was like a 50, 60 foot fucking statue, right? Where the head, it's like life size.
Yeah.
So it almost looks like a Titan.
Yeah.
And my dad is like, take a picture with that, you know, like he's like moving me and he's looking around, and something he said that I'll never forget. He's like, wow, I had no idea.
Wow.
And not in a way that he understands.
Yeah.
But we ended up talking like later and through the weekend and then after, and he said like, you know, I'm sorry for kind of like not seeing what you saw in gaming growing up.
Wow.
That's what he said.
That's
right?
amazing.
Like all these years later, because of him now taking it in, and he said seeing like 500,000 people in the like same vicinity and like from all walks of life and all like how big the industry is, how big the money is. My dad's a business guy. So all these facets and avenues and just being in line and having random people talk to you. And my dad's a big talker. So he's talking to people from like Poland. Oh yeah. He's talking to people from all over the world because everyone comes from all over the world to E3.
Right.
So he just like had a completely different perspective after that moment. Yeah,
that's seriously like such an incredible experience you can have, especially I mean because I don't think he was like
there was no ill will.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, or malice intent or anything like that.
Even growing up, I don't think he was trying to like be mean.
No,
but it's just something he doesn't understand, and it's not until and kind of in the realm of AOT as well. Once you see with your own eyes and you see what really is going on with something, that's when you can understand it. No one can tell you about it. Right. You know what I mean?
100%.
And so it's just really, I think that's an amazing experience that, like, I don't know, I think you will hold forever. And I think also solidifies how important that can be to you, like gaming in general.
Definitely.
And to a lot of people too. I mean, I hope everyone out there that listens, like, even if you were fought at some point, it's like there is something that the reason that someone would fight that is because they don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%,
and
man.
I think that,
and I think it goes with everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. And I think it really sends a message to something Joshie and I like really have discovered for ourselves, and I'm sure most people in their life that do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Do what makes you happy, and like you need a creative outlet. You need something to be passionate about. And this is our passion. Everyone gets to hear it from what Joshie and I are passionate about. But there's so much out there, you know, and don't let anyone hold you back.
And you know what? I think we're heading towards a good spot in even just societally because of how well respected games are getting,
dude. Yes,
or how well,
like even it's so mainstream now.
Mainstream as hell. I mean, the same thing is said for like I'm an anime guy, and I grew up my life really kind of hiding that fact. If that makes sense. Yeah, Comic-Con was where I would get to experience my time, and then there's not much conversation that's put outside of the world. Yeah, and now you see anime stickers on. Like if you go out and drive, you will see an anime sticker on someone's car.
You will.
And if you see someone with anime shirts are just so like mainstream now. Walmart has like Naruto shirts. Attack on Titan shirts at Target.
Literally.
If I saw that shit when I was a kid, I'd be like, what kind of utopia am I living in?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, actually.
And so it's funny. I just think we are, with the change in generation and the older we get, I think people are kind of having that realization too, and it just makes me excited for what comes for the future of our kids.
Me too.
And maybe even like we see it and we're like, holographic games are nothing. Like those are and then maybe we change our mind later, and that's part of life.
Yeah,
so that's a beautiful story. I love that. I love that a lot. By the way.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate everything you said too.
Yeah, I think really enjoyed it too. She's sitting at the table with us now, by the way.
Yeah, she is. She looks like she's about to fall asleep. Low key, she's having a good time.
Good.
You were everything she wanted, Josh.
Yeah, that's all she needed.
I have one last kind of a question here for you, Joshie. Please. I just want to know, what are you most looking forward to next year? Okay? Wow. This can be gaming related. This can be anime, TV, movies. Yeah. This could be personal. Or you can break it down. Give me whatever.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I have a lot of goals for myself in these next coming years. Yeah. Especially next year. You and I have talked a lot off cast, but I don't think we've talked on cast. I kind of have this like feeling where I really want to like travel to a state and live somewhere else. And right now my plan is kind of Michigan, kind of looking towards somewhere, because we have a good friend Matt who lives down there, and I've just been thinking about it for a while, and the way that I think about it is, as a kid, what I wanted from myself as an adult was to be someone, kind of like Craig, who has these experiences and has lived in many different places. And I mean, there's a lot of inspirations for, anyone who knows Sam personally or has been listening since episode 1. You moved down here from Oregon.
Yeah, kind of exactly with what you're talking about.
Exactly, and that's like, that's kind of something that I really want to kind of see if I can explore. And I want the Flash Bros podcast to continue in any way we can.
Absolutely.
Of course. But I'm really excited about that. And I also just want to, there's a lot of like personal goals I have for myself emotionally too. And then also physically, I want to start working out a little bit more.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
I'm also, next year, I believe, we'll be 1 year closer to GTA 6. So that is
so right.
also something I'm always thinking about.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I went a little more personal route, but
Cool.
There's always
all.
things to look forward to.
Yeah,
now,
absolutely. And in fact, I think the first episode that I want to do back when we come back for start season 2 is going to be like resolutions and looking forward to the next year. But I was kind of wanted to stir the pot and see if there was anything turning up there.
I want to hear what you have to say, though.
Yeah, man.
If you allow me.
Yeah, of course, bro. Personally, the recording studio and getting out of debt are kind of like my 2 biggest goals for going into next year. For debt?
Yeah.
Not
you don't
really.
have to talk about it.
Yeah, like not really. It's been like a never-ending battle since I was probably 20, you know, and discover what a credit card is and like, and then life and all that. But it is something within my grasp every year. Yeah. You know, and like, in fact, this year I paid off the biggest loan I had under my name, which I'd been paying off for 5 years straight, or 4 or 5 years straight. And my last payment was in September. Wow. So that's paid off. And I mean, that was like a $630 a month bill. Wow. And that's gone. And that feels amazing. That
must feel
so I want to take like my kind of plan is like to take that money, like about $600 and constantly, if not more, apply that towards my debt.
Totally. I think that's a fantastic idea. And I really see you hitting that too. Yeah. Because you are working very consistently and you have a very good way, in my opinion, of balancing those things, you know, from what I've,
from what you can see.
Yeah, exactly.
I know it's really just, it's a lot of self-control. Yeah. You know, absolutely. And it's a lot of like, not being like we talked about Barnes & Noble, $5 here, $5 there. Right. That shit adds up fast, absolutely. You know? It also adds up fast when you're saving. Yeah. So it goes both ways. So if you're saving $5, it works in favor of your bank account that way. You know what I mean? So I have high hope, and I think honestly that's all I need because the debt itself is not like this physical obstruction that is going to punish me, right? It's not going to, physically it can't hurt me. It's just like this emotional weight that you feel the older you get in life, I feel, of like, that's the stressors. It's not anything physical, it's all this other shit. Right. So that's a big thing for me, and I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited for you, brother.
Thank you, bro.
That's a beautiful question, by the way.
Thank you, dude. Yeah, I appreciate that. And really, Persona 3 Reload and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth to go a gaming route.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that's coming out next year that I'm extremely excited for. But I mean, like today or a week ago, the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC dropped, and after we're wrapping.
I mean, a week ago. I'm like, what do you mean it comes out today?
But I can't think of anything too big that I'm going crazy for because this year was huge for all my gaming needs. Like Spider-Man 2. Are you kidding?
And Tears of the Kingdom in the same year.
Bruh. Like, come on. And Scarlet and Violet DLC. Yeah. Like there really is nothing I'm extremely like. I mean, there's stuff I'm hyped for, of course.
For sure.
But like nothing I'm screaming for.
Sure. Because that's a good place to be too.
And I agree. Yeah. Because this year was a hard hitter on the wallet. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's good. It's feeling good.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good, bro.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
so glad, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, Joshie. I got one last thing for you. It is a couple of telegrams here.
Oh,
so buckle in, brother.
I'm buckled.
First up from Kendall. Josh.
Has she written in yet?
Kendall has not written in. I think this is her first write-in.
End of the year.
Yeah, you're right.
I love it.
End of the year, baby.
Okay.
All right, Kendall. Josh.
What?
I'm so grateful to have you in my life. You have welcomed me genuinely. Oh no, the top of the... It scrolled up. I'm not going to touch my screen. You have welcomed me genuinely with open arms since the first day I met you. You're the life of the party, and you love to show your friends... Oh, the love you show your friends never goes unnoticed. I can't wait to see where the new year takes you, and I will always be here for you. Love, Kendi.
That is the sweetest sweetest message ever. I'm
that
gonna
cute?
text her. I don't even think I have her number.
Next message is from
Can I get
Dave.
her number, by the way? So
Yes,
I can
of
send her a
course you
text?
can. Are you kidding
I
me?
need to. I might have it, actually.
Next telegram is from Dave, our landlord.
Dave, the landlord?
Sam and Josh, you've got to be my favorite podcasters, particularly Josh. Josh is fun, funny, and clever. He comes up with angles and ideas that I would have never thought of. He's always a blast to be around or listen to.
Does he listen to the pod?
I don't know.
What?
Next writing's from Gabe. Josh, words cannot sum up or carry the richness of personality and character you bring to the table.
Holy crap.
You are incredibly passionate, enthusiastic, ambitious, creative, and loving.
Dude.
These qualities don't embody just anyone. They embody you and the universe's expression of Josh Sims. Never underestimate what you're capable of, and never believe for a second that you're tied to anything that will hinder you.
Oh my God.
Thank you for persevering through life's challenges and doing it with the intent to grow. This alone will distinguish you from someone who wants to change for the better and someone who will. Thank you for laughs, deep talks, and absorptions of positive energy. Remember, we aren't humans having a spiritual experience, but spirits having a human one. Thanks for listening.
Dude,
and
first
existing.
God, that is so beautifully worded, by the way. From
Masterfully.
Like, Gabe is a fucking poet. That is so unbelievably sweet. And Gabe, if you are listening, I appreciate that so unbelievably much. And that's something that we talk about, him and I too.
Yeah.
And Gabe is one of those people where, you know, I think I value it so much because there's perspectives you can have on this world, and there's perspectives you can have, even the way things happen. Like for me, it's incredible when I meet people, and you're just like this too, where it's like, there's people who say, like, when things happen, it's like, oh, why is this happening to me? And then there's people who say, well, this is happening. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's things happen or things happen to you. And holy shit,
yes, man, like that perspective.
Yeah, that means so much.
I love the
my
last
God.
line he said.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going because we got more.
We got
Lene,
more?
love lady.
Lene.
Joshie, it's like I already know you.
What?
I mean, come on. We hang out every week.
We do.
I have learned so much about you, and it seems that we are already good friends.
Yeah.
Your love for Mario Kart sealed the deal.
Yes.
I don't even know half the stuff you two discuss, but somehow I still find it interesting and am definitely a huge fan.
Oh my God.
I can't wait for you to watch Unico. Okay, it may be a little cheesy, but I think you may enjoy it. Yeah. I can tell you are such a kind and gentle old soul, and I love it. I think I may have just adopted you into my family. Yay! Another brother!
Dude, that is so sweet. Lene, I feel the exact same way. I hope you know. I also, holy crap. I like we literally said at the beginning of the pod, we are family, and that's the truth. And no matter what, I hope you know, like, I hear everything that you do, and I appreciate everything you do for not just Sam, but for the people that are around you. And I think it's beautiful, and I cannot wait to meet my sister. I'm not kidding.
Hell yeah.
Cannot wait.
Thanks, Josh.
I think
did someone knock?
Yeah. I'm going to check on that.
Okay, check that knocky.
It was me.
Hey, Drell.
What are you doing?
I wanted to come in here for the segment. Is that okay?
You want to?
Yeah. Can I do a sit in for this little part?
Sure.
Okay. Is this the part that I think it is?
Yes, it is.
Perfect.
What's the part? Why does everyone know? We have a chair if you want to pull up.
Why does everyone know? We got a chair. You
Yeah,
pull up.
what the heck?
Yeah, you want a chair? You want to sit right there?
Perfect.
You still get your headset on?
Yeah, I'm still
Oh, okay. Bet.
You're streaming right now?
Yeah, we literally started at the exact same time.
No way.
No
You
way.
guys started the Flash
Crazy.
Bros, and you guys were like 3, 2, 1. I was like,
Dude,
no way.
that's
And
so
I was like, I
wild.
just started the stream, but
Dude, I have the
that's it.
biggest smile on my face right now.
Damn,
This
man,
is
yeah.
literally...
I think everyone out there can hear it.
Holy
Yeah, yeah.
crap.
Low key. Next up, Mikey. Josh, what you got to fall in love with? Oh, wait. What the?
What
Oh.
oh my gosh.
Josh, what got you to fall in love with anime? Like the one main thing, even though I know you've said so much to love about anime.
Wow. I would say for me personally, I think there are stories in any medium that are worth being told, but also wrapping your entire self into.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've never felt like something as powerful as when I like started watching Dragon Ball Z. When I was a kid, because I was a kid, I was a little guy, right?
Yeah.
And I had this feeling where I knew that there was something that was just so special because of the medium in which it was. Because not just because of the animation or because of the voice acting or the music or even the way that the characters acted, it was just the fact that it was clearly like a story meant to be like fallen into.
Yeah.
And I feel
Definitely.
like it's hard to completely fall into other pieces of media as much as I do anime. You know what I mean? And emotionally
Absolutely.
resonate with. And so I don't know.
That
I
was
would say
special
that
about
one.
it. Okay,
That
that's a
one
great
little bit.
answer.
Yeah.
He adds more. He says, "I've always could never stand anime until this podcast.
What?
You personally are getting me into anime and helping me bond with 3 of my kids. Sundays used to be everyone in separate rooms doing their own thing, and now every Sunday we sit and binge a bunch of episodes of Demon Slayer back to back because of your words of describing these shows. I can't wait to meet the real life Peter Parker."
Dude, oh my gosh, Mikey, that is literally making my year. I'm not kidding. That like those words mean so much to me, and I am so glad that Sundays have become something so special. And I'm glad that even my silly perspective on the shows that I watch are able to even infect the way that you are appreciating that piece of media.
Absolutely.
That is so, and for your kids too. That is beautiful. Thank you.
He also said,
Thank
"I
you.
love you more" because he's an avid listener.
No way.
Oh yeah. Oh
He
yeah.
heard me.
Next up is Reese.
Oh goodness.
Joshie, my boy, ever since I met you, you've treated me like family.
Wow.
Always hyping me up like we've known each other since childhood, which says a lot because I've known my best friend since childhood. Super excited to see you achieve your dreams and aspirations. Wow. No one deserves to make a killing more than you, bro. Wow. You're kind-hearted and a true gentleman. One of my bros for sure. Long live the king.
Dude, that's so sweet. Thank you, Reese, by the way. I appreciate that so much. Dude, I love you, Reese, if you're listening, and I love him so much. And
Yeah,
there's
bro.
a lot of, I think, I see a lot of your guys' childhood in the way you guys talk, and it's kind of incredible. And so it does feel like, you know, you are family, and that's a part of, you know, what we have going on.
Yeah.
And if you ever need anything, always, I'm always here. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Damn, this is making me feel so good. I don't even know what I'm going to do
man.
after this.
Oh, we're
Holy
not done.
crap.
We got
Dude!
Marshall Stapleton.
Marshall.
Joshie,
No
love you,
way.
bro beans. You're one of the most genuine salt of the earth people I've ever met.
Wow.
Your love and patience you have for didn't proofread. We'll rephrase.
That's okay.
The love and patience you have with people is inspiring to me. You deserve the best things life has to offer because you don't live this life for yourself. You spread happiness and laughter wherever you go, and just remember happiness is a state of mind, and it all depends on what parts of your brain you're feeding. So keep fueling that positivity, and your cup will continue to overflow into other cups.
Wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. Marshall, first off, incredibly said. Seriously, incredibly said. That is like no half-assing at all. That is the words of a very intelligent person that knows how to make someone feel the way that they're trying to make them feel, and that's a beautiful thing. That's incredible. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to
time
even.
taking it in
Dude,
right
it
now.
is. I was literally thinking, can you send all these to me?
Of course.
Like over text or something.
yeah.
Because I am
yeah.
loving every second
Good.
of this, and this is seriously making me like really appreciate every person that I feel like I've talked to this year or even experienced. Thank you, by the way, Marshall. That was so beautifully said. I'm gonna let in Lily.
Oh yeah, please do. Because we're still going here, buddy. Hey, Lily, come on.
Dude, this is incredible.
Next up is Matthew.
Matthew?
Like Matthew. Yes,
No
sir.
way.
Becoming friends with Joshie Sims is easily one of the best decisions you need to take when given the chance. I love this man like my own brother. This guy works every day to be better, and it shows. Love you, King. Hope you all come to visit soon.
Holy crap. Wow, I feel the exact same way about Matthew.
Yeah, dude.
And I think I have a very special relationship with Matthew because, you know, he's the type of guy who really does care so heavily. but almost like it's almost like he kind of gives this idea that it's like he doesn't, but he does so heavily. And when you're there in his like wheelhouse, and you're like his brother, you just feel so like gratified and loved. And you won't stop laughing, and it's an incredible thing. So thank you, Matthew. I really appreciate that.
Matthew's
that
got
so
such a
beautiful.
gentle soul.
And he's got such a gentle, sweet, caring soul, I swear. Oh my God.
Next up is from Faith. Every day, I'm thankful to have been given the opportunity to call Joshie my friend.
Wow.
He is the light amongst the darkness, the most hilarious person in any room, and simply put, an incredible, dependable, and
We'll think about that one.
And compassionate person. Love you long time, FNAF brother.
Yeah, FNAF bros.
Yes,
That's
sir.
what we are. Faith, I love you so much, by the way. I don't know if any of them will listen to this, but I have to say, there is something so special about your heart and your soul, and I think I've learned a lot about even what it means to be friends with someone like, especially someone of the other gender, the way I have with Faith, and how funny and incredible she is. Not saying that, girls can't be those things. That's not what I'm saying at all.
No.
But I really feel like she's just expanded everything that I thought was possible from a friendship like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautiful. And you're funny as fuck too. So
I feel exactly the same way. She is one of the funniest humans I've ever met.
So funny.
For real. Next up is Johnny.
Johnny.
Of course.
Oh,
Let Josh know, when you two started this pod, you pretty much introduced yourselves to a growing fan base. To say the least, Joshie is a very thought-out soul with glazing of fellow nerd.
Yeah.
I don't know if I understand what that means
Glazing?
fully.
Yeah.
Yeah, with glazing of fellow nerd.
With glazing. Like
Maybe
glazing, glazing is hyping something up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, is it like a Michigan thing? He always talks about it's from Michigan. You know what I mean?
Right.
He is sure is a great treat on top of the rest of the content in the Flash Bros podcast.
It's beautiful. He's saying that to you too, by the way.
Yeah. Johnny's a legend.
Come
bro.
on.
Hey, this is about you right now, bro.
Dude.
Next up is Adrell Williams.
Hey,
right?
Doves?
Joshimation. He's in the room right now, by the way. Sweet A, shout out, brother. And he also started streaming right when we did, no?
Yeah.
Joshimation. I love you, buddy B. Thanks for always being so kind, generous, and caring. You have a huge heart, and I'll never, ever David you, man.
It's crazy. I can't believe you said that.
Anyways, the Lord loves you forever and always. Don't forget to hang out with him as much as you can. He loves that. Love you, buddy. Cut from the same cloth.
Can I give you a hug?
Of course.
Have to, bro.
Thank you for saying that, bro. Thank you so much.
Love you, man.
You got to thank him yourself because he's right there, bro.
I know. I feel so good that I can actually hug you.
And next up is from his twin brother.
No way.
J-Rel. Josh. Most genuine, loving, caring, compassionate guy. Like a big teddy bear. Love that guy and so happy to call him my friend. So blessed to have known him and thankful to have crossed paths with him. It's been amazing watching his life twist and turn and see how he comes out of it. So proud to see where he's at. I love his energy. It's so kind. He's such a great catch and can't wait to see how things turn out.
Jeez. Thank you, Jay, so much.
Hell
that
yeah.
is so beautiful. I'm literally gonna text every person that said this stuff.
Yeah,
this
bro.
is genuinely.
These were I couldn't have had better responses.
I'm so thankful that you even put this together. Thank you. This is like the
I got
best
you, bro. I'll unveil what I did later, but right now we're still pouring, okay? So we're on Big Sammy, all right?
Big Sammy.
There's simply no way I can gas up Josh to the extent he has gassed me up. It's literally impossible, and I owe him forever for it. Josh has been one of the best additions to my life and my inner circle in the last years, and it is a real blessing to have a guy like Josh as a friend. Quote, you are who you associate with, end quote. This is a very important concept to me that everyone learns at some point. The people you put around you in your life influence you whether you like it or not. And Josh is a shining example of the type of people you should surround yourself with. Wow. Everyone goes through struggles and low points, but even when he's at that bump in the road, his ability to make everyone laugh never fades. His confidence, humor, and positivity spreads in a room like bad gas. Whether you like it or not, you're getting a whiff. Love you, Joshie.
That is so fucking sweet. Sam, I completely agree. Like that is, I think, something that everyone will learn is that you are absolutely a part of your environment and the people that you surround yourself with. And it's kind of an incredible thing to think about because, I believe that, people also attract each other.
Absolutely.
And I think that those energies kind of are bound to find each other. And so there is, Sam, Big Sam, I want you to know that it's not just like that you found me, it's that we found each other too. And you have an energy that is absolutely like one of the most like valid and big and funny and like really just out there. And we all love you so much, and I appreciate everything you said so much too. Yeah. Dude, this is so sweet. I literally can't even believe how sweet this is.
We're still going, brother.
I can't believe it.
Caleb writes in, Joshie and Sammy, you guys are totally killing it with the cast. And I always look forward to hearing you guys discuss and just generally talk about the things that you love to and your passions. You guys put a smile on my face every time and make my work days way better. Keep up the good work, my boys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Caleb.
That is beautiful.
Truly.
I oh my gosh. I appreciate Caleb so much for even just everything he's done for you.
Yeah,
and everything
bro.
he's been,
Me too.
how close he's been for you. And I hope he knows he's family. And I only got to talk with him once on that phone.
Yes.
But it really does feel like he's here every single time we talk.
Man.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah. I can't wait for you two to meet someday, man.
It's going to be an amazing day.
Next up is Trinity.
What?
Dear Josh.
Oh my God.
Merry fucking Christmas. I feel so blessed to have you in my life. I hope you have the most beautiful Christmas. Love, Trin.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
I will have a beautiful Christmas.
Next is Dylan.
No way, Dylan.
Joshie, my guy, what an absolute legend you are and an even better friend. Thank you for always being there for me, and I'm always going to be here for you too, my guy. You're one of the most genuine, creative, and spontaneous in the best way possible as far as people I know. Never change for the world, and let's rock it this new year.
That's what I'm talking about, Dilly Bob. I fucking love Dylan so much. Dylan is also one of those people with one of the best hearts of anyone I've met.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like he and it's so funny because you really, he's like someone you wouldn't expect it from just because he has a mullet.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. No, no, I'm playing.
I was thinking the same thing,
no, it's someone you like literally like you see his heart and his care that he has for others. And even like when he's like making sure to look out for number one or making sure like it's because he cares about himself or he's taking care of himself, but he takes care of the people around him so unbelievably much. Like it is
sometimes to a fault.
No, yeah, absolutely. But it is an absolute blessing having him in my life.
Yes, man.
And Dylan, I know you might not be hearing this, but we're running Bloons Tower Defense soon. We still haven't watched the third My Hero movie. And we still need
call out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still need to finish Berserk. We're not done. We're not done.
Love you.
Job not
Thank
finished.
You so much for
Love you, Joe. Joe's taking off.
That is so
Sam,
fucking
you are amazing for putting this together, not only for Josh but for the podcast. I think it's, if I can, I think it's amazing that you care, and it's important to call out your friends, especially in such a season like this. On a day like this too, so it's
bro. I appreciate that, man. I could not do this without Josh, literally, or every other person who wrote in.
You should wait for the Sand Blaze.
Wait. No way,
Coming back
bro.
next year with the most insane heat. I'm so sorry. I should have moved better.
Actually, speaking of which, time is of the essence now. We're at Power Hour.
Power Hour.
Pretty much 20 minutes till I gotta
20
go.
minutes?
So, I still have more to read.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Let's keep it going.
Azzy.
No way,
Joshie
Huncho.
May! I love you so much, bro. Swearing on that cup of sake was the best decision of my life, and I'm so glad to call you my brother.
Agreed.
I'm inspired by you and grateful to know you. Our goofy asses went from walking past each other at your high school to being best friends. Wouldn't have it any other way. Love you, number one hero,
Dude.
Huncho.
Oh my God. Yeah, he used to do Young Life at my high school.
Right.
And I never, I saw him in passing, but I never, talked with him until, we started working at Dutch Bros together. And that is, oh my God, I agree. That cup of sake has seriously, changed my life. And I'm not kidding. When I think of, some of the most reliably funny and loving and just, life of the party people, I literally think of Azzy. No question.
For sure.
He's such an incredible piece to not just Rocky, but my life to be honest
Yes.
with you. And even like, I know we're on the essence of time, but he
please.
really like changed my whole life with the way that I see like God, and even the way that I see like my life recently, and the way that I have been balancing great power comes great responsibility.
Yes,
we had this amazing conversation where it's like he broke down what was wrong with the way I was looking at life, only the way a brother could, and I really appreciated it and loved it. So
that's
anyway,
amazing. He'd be the guy to do that,
dude. Absolutely.
Also, who do you think is a bigger Spider-Man fan?
Well, I think it's gonna be him.
Yeah.
Because he's literally Spidey. Like
he's
he
literally
is Spider-Man. But like, it's tough.
It's tough.
I'd say it's close. But
you guys are the biggest Spider-Man fans I've ever met.
He's got more under his belt than I do.
Okay.
Yeah, he's finally watching Spectacular, but he's already seen like Ultimate. And then,
true.
Like, he played Web of Shadows and all the OG games. So I would say just because. We're up there.
You guys
as
are two
rivals.
peas in a pod.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Rivals, is that what you said?
Nah, I would say we're
kind
like,
of. Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In the best possible way.
When it comes to Spidey, no question.
Not like that shitty rival that like just abandons you, right? And it's like, nah, fuck you. No, it's like you guys grow together.
Absolutely.
It's Gary and Ash,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? Aaron Lamont.
No way, Lamont.
Josh, you're the man.
Dude.
I know. No way, Lamont's in the house.
Insane.
Keep pushing that positive energy and putting smiles on those fools' faces. You got the gifts so many people wish they had. When it comes to people, we all are blessed to be in your lives because of it, G. Stay real, brother. Brother man.
Oh my God. Lamont, seriously, I feel like I have this special like kinship with Aaron, especially since that California where he just like opened up with us, and we told him everything that we've even talked about already from these questions about like who you surround yourself with, how you like live your life.
This is like Cali too, right?
Yeah, it was Cali too, and we just talked about like really who your family is, and I even told him last time, I was like, I hope you remember that conversation we had on the beach, because I'll never forget it, and hope like we're family. Like anytime you want to come into Arizona, you have a place to stay, no question. And I fucking love him so much. Literally,
so much.
Thank
man.
you, Aaron.
I remember that so well too.
Yeah,
yeah, because there was a night when I went out, just me and him, and then there was a night when the three of us were out.
It was all three of us, and I remember
and we
that.
buried ourselves in the sand.
Yeah, we did.
Man. That was
beautiful.
I love that guy.
Seriously,
truly,
love him
a lot of
so
great
much.
memories with him.
Seriously, yeah.
Jack writes in,
Andy.
"Yo, Josh, my fucking boy, man. I love you so much, bro, and thankful to have you in my life, man. You've been such a good friend to me for 3 years now, man, and I can't wait to see the years that come to you. You're such a great man with a great heart. Can't wait to see you do amazing things."
Thank you, Jack. I really appreciate that. Like that means so much too.
Yeah, bro.
And I think Jack, I have this special feeling because we live together and everything. He literally felt like when it came to like dynamics, it felt like he was like my brother.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like my literal brother. Not even just the placement of the rooms, but the way Dorian cracked down on him. You know what I mean? It felt like we were hiding from mom. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you and I, Jack, have a relationship that not a lot of people will experience in this life, and it's exclusive to him and I love that.
Hell yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah,
God.
bro. Thank you, Jack, so much.
Dude,
we got
thank you.
Shy.
Shiny
For Josh.
No way.
Whatever you are in life, you are a genuine spirit that brings light to dark. Yes. I was like, wait, is that the opposite of what I wanted to say? Yeah, it brings light to dark, and your value is beyond high. Love you, man.
Thank you, Shy. I love you so much, too, man. That guy, you want to talk about bringing light, that dude is like a character. I swear to God. If he's in a room, he's acting a fool, and I love it.
I love it.
It's
I
so
love his
beautiful.
energy.
He's so incredible.
I loved it when we worked together.
Yes,
That was
I
always so
swear.
fun.
That energy, you just can't beat it.
Dorian.
Dory.
More Dory writes
Dory.
in, "Hey, Hosh, not much to say. There's not a person alive I think knows me better than you. Who else would get to say they lived across the hallway from their best friend for almost 4 years? Not a lot of people. I'll always cherish the years, and no matter how much time passes and we don't see each other, I'm only a riff away. Love you, second mate."
God, that's so good. I love that so much. And Dorian, I just texted him about that too, about how thankful I was that I got to live with him for almost 4 years.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. It's literally so amazing. And No, we will always be a riff away, no question.
Yeah.
God, I love that. I need
question.
to text everybody.
Yes, man,
This
for
is
real.
so amazing.
Next one, Jaslyn. All right. Josh is the most magnetic person I think I have ever truly met.
Wow.
He lights up a room the second he steps his foot in the door. He's the most genuine, kind-hearted soul. He is so selfless, even in tough situations. He is someone you can always count on to be there for you in any circumstance, and the biggest hype man ever. If you ever need a little boost of confidence or reassurance about yourself or in a situation, Josh will give you that 10 times and give you a list of reasons why you're amazing or why things will be okay. Josh is the most optimistic human being and will make you see the beauty in absolutely everything. Josh is the definition of a true friend. You truly are such a beautiful soul, Josh. I feel so lucky to have met such a special person as you in this lifetime. I love you long time.
Holy crap. I love you so much more, Jaslyn, I hope you know. And I feel like Jaslyn is such a special soul. She literally is like my sister. I think she has some kindness that no other person I've ever met. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and
man.
I think there is a reason you get hyped up, Jazz, because you're a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Like, that's why.
I feel like Jazz spends so much time, like, hyping up other people and also pouring into them.
Absolutely.
She doesn't see how much hype, like, she really, like,
how much
is.
hype she holds.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
She's amazing.
I love
so
you,
much
Jaslyn.
love for my sister, Jaslyn.
So
Thank
much,
you, Jaslyn.
so much.
The last one,
way.
Joshie.
Dude, this is insane.
Sophia.
Oh, my gosh.
Writes in.
Sophie.
It's the longest one. You ready?
I'm
Yo, gabagoo. You already know who this message is coming from. I was told to write a little message to you, so here it goes. In the little time I've known you, I would say it's been a wild adventure. You definitely make me laugh, you make me cry, you drive me insane sometimes, but most importantly, you make me appreciate the most important relationships around me and constantly tell me what it means to love myself and others. You radiate positivity and kindness, which is always contagious. Always going out of your way to sacrifice your needs to support for someone else's. I know that your potential is out of this world and you're going to achieve amazing things in life. I can't wait for you to look back at this moment 10 years from now and think about sitting in a dirty closet recording this podcast with Sam only to recognize how far you both have come.
Wow.
I know this message is mostly for Josh, but I want to recognize Sam as well and how wonderful he is. Absolutely. She literally put in parentheses, I really hope he includes this.
Yes.
Right, or me.
Absolutely.
I really hope you include this.
Yeah.
But Sam has made a lasting impression on everyone in this house, and the bond that he has with Josh is so beautiful. To be able to talk about what I think is random and nonsense for 6 hours still blows my mind. It takes two special individuals to create what you guys are creating right now. Quote, why is it that when the story ends, we begin to feel it all? End quote. We are all moving out soon, and I will appreciate every moment I've had this past 6 months from both Josh and Sam. Love you both so much.
That made me emotional.
Me too.
Dude, that's really fucking beautiful. Sophie is so special as a person, and I think that she has made us all recognize how special everything is, every day being here is. You know what I mean?
Yes, man.
And the way she comes into our rooms and checks on us and just is genuinely interested in what we have going on, cares about everything. There will never be another soul that we meet like Sophie Starace. Like, seriously. And she is only heading for the stars. Like, if she was going to go to the moon, she missed and is heading towards the Andromeda Galaxy.
You're so right, man.
She is just going to kill it for the rest of her life. And everything she said, the fact that she even gave you a message, like, just on top of all that, and talked about everything we have going is beautiful. And the fact that she can recognize all that is so fucking gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
I love Sophie so much.
I do too.
Sophie, if you're listening, which you're probably not, because you think you don't really know what's going on.
It's true. It's true. Well, she should be walking by the window anytime now,
she should be popping
right?
through.
Yeah, well, she didn't come through yesterday's episode, which is like the first episode she hasn't come by. Yes, you're right.
Last week.
No, man. It's Sophie! She was peeking behind the door. That's so sweet.
I was gonna stop by the window, but I didn't.
Did you hear us literally reference that?
Yeah.
I said, where is
Did you hear what I said about you, by the way?
No, I
You missed it.
Well, you're gonna have to hear it in the episode.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry
will.
to interrupt, guys.
No,
This
it
is
was
I love you
perfect.
guys.
You interrupted
So much
at
to say
literally
about
the
that, by the
perfect
way.
moment.
That is so
Love
sweet.
you guys.
I love you so much, Soph.
So much.
Joshie,
oh my God, perfect.
This
This is such a fun fucking
Isn't this
episode.
fucking amazing?
What the hell?
Joshie, I reached out to a large handful of all of the people that really just came to my mind that were really close to, I think, both of us, and who I knew just like were close to you, and that if I asked them to write something for you for the podcast as like a special episode, dude, I got 23 responses, and I put them all in this email for you. And I put it all in the email for you, brother, because I'm so grateful. And if we're talking back on what this whole podcast has been about and recapping the podcast and then taking it further on me meeting you and having a dream of a podcast myself and trying to find a particular person for that podcast, you were it from the beginning. And I'm so grateful for you, man. I hope this sends a tiny message, a tiny tidbit of how I actually feel about you and how grateful I am. Because you deserve to hear all of this. And I asked everybody specifically to not say anything about me, to just write to Josh as if it was a Christmas card. Wow. So I hope you enjoy your bundle of words, man.
That is so
You deserve all of it.
Can I give you a hug? Would that mess up the cat?
No, of course, bro. Dude, I'm not even going to lie. I'll say this on cast. I had no idea how that section was going to go down, and I was pretty nervous.
Dude, that's so beautiful. I'm not kidding. That is the best Christmas present I've ever gotten.
I'm so glad, bro. For real. You deserve it.
I'm trying not to cry.
I thought we were both going to be sobbing by the time we hit Sophie's, so I think we're both doing
I was
pretty
trying
good.
to stay professional for the cast.
Yeah. I was nervous because I literally thought we were both going to be sobbing. Bro.
I'm trying
but
not
I
to
will,
for the people.
I will send you every one of these,
Please.
and also every
my
person
God.
on the list. I'm going to be sending. Spotify does a really cool thing where you can send them a specific time link. So I'm going to send them a link to the start of this topic, and they all want to listen to it.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah,
then I guess they will hear it. Because I said Sophie would. Maybe Sophie won't. I don't know. I just want to say real quick, thank you, Sam, for everything. That is literally the best Christmas present I've ever gotten. Really? Yes, I swear. That is beyond anything I could ever ask for. Because what I've been doing for the past 3 years is truly my full-time job has been trying to be the person that can be described by what everyone's been saying. And I think naturally it's a part of myself, but I think I also had to put a lot of people like first and really work to make sure that I am being like Spider-Man, like literally like doing that, even if it hurts, and just the fact that anyone responded is enough to be the best Christmas present of my life. So I love you, Sam, so much more than I think you even understand. And everyone else who wrote in a message at all, that is so incredible. I love every single one of you, and I promise I'm picturing every single one of your names right now in my head. I'm not just saying I love all of you. Literally, every word you said means so much.
All 23 of you fuckers
23 of you fuckers.
Yeah,
that's
seriously,
incredible.
from Josh and I both, thank you all.
Thank you.
Because this could not have happened if I didn't have you guys.
That's
and
the
you
truth.
didn't write in.
That
so
is the truth.
Thank you for helping me.
God,
make this episode for Josh as a little end of season 1 send off, man. For real. Right. Because you're exactly the partner that I wanted for this, you know. And with everything that we've said about the podcast and the growth, it's beyond what we thought, because that's just like how life is, right? Like, and that shows me that this really is what we should be doing, you know, because of this impact that is obviously being received in the way that beyond what I thought it would be, you know.
I agree.
So with that being said, Joshie, let's wrap this up. I'm actually 5 minutes away from needing to go, but I prepared one last special thing for you. Okay? One last
I don't know if I can handle
little
it.
segment. I know. We're past the mushy.
Yes.
I got pop trivia for you.
Pop trivia!
And I am specifically quizzing you about the podcast.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Let's see what I can do.
So
I'm ready.
Irony, right off the bat. Also, I'm going to write the time here.
Yes.
Forgot that. Off the bat.
Yes.
Earlier, you asked, do I get a point? You literally answered
way.
a question
Yeah.
on here.
Wait,
so
what
my
was the
second question was, which episode is our longest recording so far? It is episode 7, Evolution of Pokemon.
Wow.
And you pulled that out. I
Dude.
didn't help you. That's
Oh
all
my
you.
God.
That's your point.
So I got a point.
You did.
Let's go.
Oh, let's fucking go, baby.
Let's go.
Dude, 5 hours and 37 minutes
Okay.
and 40 seconds.
That's
That's
insane.
our run time to beat.
That's
basically.
crazy. We got to keep going.
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to go right now? or-
Yeah, let's go, baby. Fuck, I'm gonna call out. Number 1.
Yes.
Okay. What is the title of episode 2 of the Flash Bros podcast?
It's the wait.
You got this? You got this?
I know I do. It's not.
I'll give you one hint. It's 2 words. No ands, no nothing else. It's just 2 words.
It's got to be. It's got to be. I don't know.
It's most anticipated.
Most anticipated. Fuck.
Yes, sir.
Fuck. I fucking knew it. I knew it.
I knew it.
Oh my god.
This is so funny.
I literally thought for some reason though I was like, that's episode 4.
Yeah,
And I was thinking,
right?
I was literally like, it wasn't Project Dolphin. I'm like, and I was like, Paper Mario? No.
Yeah.
I'm so stupid.
We're in it, baby.
Fuck. Yeah,
no,
we are.
You're beautiful.
Thank
number
you.
3, because you already got number 2, right?
Yes.
List out our current 11 segment titles for each episode.
In
You
order?
get 1 point for each. Yeah, preferably in order, but yeah, go for it. There's 11.
So it's we get us started. It's catch up.
Yeah.
Weekly. What I say?
Yeah, it's
catch up.
Let's Catch Up,
Let's Catch
technically,
Up.
but I'll give
I'll go with
Catch
that.
Up because I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we started with
Let's Catch Up.
Catch Up.
Then
Yeah.
let's say it.
Let's Catch Up, segment number 1. Segment
it's,
number 2 has the Patreon sponsors.
Yeah. Is it news and updates?
No, that's after Retro Recap.
Right.
But I'll give you a point because you have news and updates.
That
okay?
is also true. So it's plugged in.
It's plugged in.
Plugged in. Yeah.
You got
yeah.
it, baby.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got
Let's Catch Up.
yeah. Let's
plugged
catch up.
in.
Plugged in. Retro recap.
Got it. News and updates. You already
yeah,
said.
already said
okay.
that. And then after news and updates, it's bathroom break. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, usually.
It's main topic.
No.
After news.
We have 2 before main topic.
We have 2? Oh, okay. I know this.
You know it. You got it.
It's dude, I do this every week. Why am I struggling right now? It's okay. Let's see. News and updates we said. And then
Josh gets a pass here because I write and do all of this.
right.
Josh doesn't see this. We just talk about it.
We just talk about it.
So I have a total advantage here.
Is it off topic?
Off topic is right before
after,
main topic.
Or right before main
topic. So there's one in between.
There's one in between. It's
You know it.
Dude.
News and updates. Off topic.
Shit. Okay, wait. It's it's fucking
You know.
Yes,
you know.
Don't say anything. It's what's coming up? What's it called?
Yeah, pretty much.
What's it called?
Give me any kind of.
Okay.
Give me one of the words at least.
One of the words.
And there was something it used to be called, and so if you give me that too, that's
Future
cool.
releases.
It was new releases. Is what it used to be called.
Okay.
It's game drops.
Yeah, game drops. That's what
Game
it was.
drops,
So
baby.
stupid.
Okay, the main topic.
Not
You already got that?
Yes.
Yeah, well, dummy, but
Main
not stupid.
topic.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We're a bunch of dummies
absolutely.
over
Dummy,
here.
dummy,
But we
dummy.
ain't stupid,
But
all
we
right,
ain't dumb.
Joshie?
We ain't-
Take that
we
back.
ain't stupid.
Okay, after main topic.
Main topic and then pop trivia, right?
Close. There's
What is
one
it?
thing before
Pop trivia. Huh.
Yep, we finished the main topic.
Finish the main topic.
What do we
and
do?
then we're on
Every
to,
time we finish that main
single time we do
topic,
that main
we
topic.
jump into...
Just give me a second.
Yeah, that's cool. You can
Just
come
a
back, too,
second.
if you want.
Well, I know the rest after that.
Okay.
It's a Wisdom with Iro.
Yep.
Right.
It's called Uncle Iro now.
Uncle
it used to be
Iro
called
now.
Weekly Wisdom.
Weekly
with,
Wisdom with Uncle Iro.
featuring Iro.
Okay, featuring Iro. Yeah. So there's one before that.
One before Pop Trivia, and then there's our last segment,
Right.
at the very end.
So it's something, pop trivia, weekly wisdom, or yeah,
Uncle Iro.
and then there's something at the end.
Yep. The last segment. It's not really a segment, though.
Is it?
It's just
Is it the outro?
yes, but
Okay.
it's called something. So unless you've seen it, went through the chapter, I never mention it. I
Okay.
never say it out loud. So it's kind of like a bonus Easter egg if you get to that far in the episode and you
Shoot.
see what it's called.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
it
think
ends with "That's a wrap."
That's a wrap.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's how every
Okay.
episode
News.
finishes.
News to me.
There
by
you
the
go.
way.
Yeah, I don't
Everyone
think I've
out there
literally ever told
who
you.
thinks I'm not paying attention. I promise. I am.
No,
The
that was the first
The computer is pointing away from me.
It's true.
And
yeah,
I can't see the
show
screen.
Joshie.
But
You're missing.
I'm missing one. It's just gonna run through it
Okay.
one more time.
No, one hint, and then we got to move on because I got to go to work.
Yeah, we do.
So we covered the topic today in today's episode of the few topics.
Oh my God, it's Telegram.
Yo!
I mean,
You
I'm
got
not
it,
stupid. I'm
baby.
dummy.
You got it.
Telegram. What
Hell
am I
yeah.
thinking?
What are you thinking,
Oh my
bro?
God, I'm out
There's
of it.
so much. I have so much pressure on you
I
right
know,
now,
I
and
know.
everyone else is listening too.
Everyone
They'll
else.
gas you up.
That's
and
what
they're
it feels like, yeah.
Right?
And they're like, let's see how good
Yeah.
you are.
Come on. Yeah.
We just hyped you up. Let's hear it.
After you bomb this test, we're dropping the cast.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And we're revoking our Christmas
Exactly.
card. Fucked up.
That's it. You text them and they
Yeah.
just don't respond.
They're like, hey,
They
I heard
deleted
what
number.
happened.
Yeah.
I heard what happened.
This has been sent to a unknown number.
Unknown number.
Number 4.
Yes.
Which episode was the first to have Joshie take over the main topic?
Oh, that was Pokemon, right? Oh no, it wasn't. It was One Piece.
It was.
Yeah, episode 3.
Yes, sir. Do you remember
Shit.
the title of it? It doesn't matter for the points because I just wanted you to get the episode number, but
One Piece live action featuring Mordori.
it is Straw Hat Pirates,
Straw Hat Pirates
featuring Mordori.
featuring Mordori. Yeah.
Although I may have made a mistake. I may have put One Piece live action in the YouTube version,
You did.
and I may have done Straw Hat Pirates for the
You definitely,
Spotify.
it definitely says YouTube.
It does?
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
just
no,
leave
it doesn't
that.
say YouTube. It says One Piece.
One Piece live action. That's funny because that was
Featuring
like my
Mordori.
tentative title.
Really?
And then I changed it in
Yeah.
Spotify. Forgot to change
No,
it. there.
I'll pull it up if you want me
That's
to.
so
but I don't want
funny.
spoilers.
Okay, number 5.
Yes.
What is our top episode by ranking? So this
Ooh.
would be play count.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great question. Is it... I have a theory.
Yeah.
Game developers? Or a state of... no.
Save AAA. Is
yeah,
that what you're
Save
going for?
AAA, yeah.
It's not.
Damn it.
It is episode 1. The history.
I wanted to say that too.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah.
It has 97 plays.
Wow.
Which is the highest by like a lot. So yeah.
Charles Martinet.
Hell yeah, baby. Yeah. Where it all began. Joshie, number 6.
Yes.
And the last question.
Yes.
Which episode was the first to reduce our retro recap selection down to 10?
Oh my God. Let's see. Down to
Make
10.
a wild guess.
I'm gonna say episode 6.
It was episode 5.
5. Damn
Yes.
it. Oh.
Coach, you were so close
Yeah,
though.
I was so close.
Yes, sir. I have a bonus question, Joshie.
Okay.
Because you're winning by a landslide.
I am, but
to be
that's
honest,
not fair.
The bonus question is:
Yes.
How many days before recording our first episode of the podcast did we finalize the name of the podcast?
2 days before?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because it was the first. We came up with it, and then didn't I design the whole thing the second day?
The second day
and
with
then,
it, and then the next day we literally recorded.
Yeah, we recorded.
Yeah.
So it was the Flash Bros were born in 3 days.
3 days.
And then
baby.
that's the lore.
It's so funny because literally, like, I had the structure, all the things that how we were doing it. I like the research on
we
the
were missing
podcast
2
itself.
things,
But we were missing
the
artwork
name,
and the name
and the artwork.
Yeah, it just said podcast.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
My friends, that is a wrap. Joshie, that is a wrap. That is
For
our
the year.
last episode
That's amazing.
together for
Wow.
the year.
Wow.
Yes, sir. And I want to announce real quick too that for our audience, there will be one last episode to finish our season.
That is right.
And it will be with a very special guest, and you will not find out until it drops.
So excited.
Yes. And then Joshie and I will be back
we
for
will.
the beginning of next year, 2024.
Season 2.
And season 2,
That's
baby.
right.
So I'm going to skip plugs because I'm already late for work. And
That's
this
okay.
has been plenty an episode. It's a bonus episode anyway.
Beautiful.
We love all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and writing in.
And everyone who wrote in, thank you. Just one more time. I know you're late, Sam. But thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It literally has changed so much in my heart right now. And I just feel...
That makes me so happy.
So happy.
Yeah.
And thank you, Sam,
Hell
for
yeah.
everything you've done this year and everything you're still going to do. Sam has put so much into this that you guys should know just how important Sam is to this. There would be no Flash Bros without you at all in any way. And I'm amazed every single
appreciate
week.
you so
and
much,
I
man.
look forward to this every single week.
I'm so glad you
I'm
do
not kidding.
because I do too.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like work at all.
It does not feel like work. When I sit down, I'm excited to go through the segments. I'm so proud of the segments because it feels like we've kind of shaped them a little bit together on how we want to do it. And fuck, it's been such a good week.
I know. And you know what?
I
I'm
feel
so last thing I want to say is I
Yes.
cannot wait to look back on this episode in particular next year and see how far we've come.
I agree
So with that being said, I love you all. I love you, Joshie, so
you more.
much. We will see y'all later.
And you have a Merry Christmas and some happy holidays.
Yes, yeah.
sir.
Christmas should be just passing, so you all have an amazing New Year.
Amazing New Year, please.
God bless.
Dude, that was so